Senior Editor at Large and Co-Chair MPW Summit, Executive Director MPW Next Gen Fortune, Lee Gallagher.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the 4th Most Powerful Women Next Gen Summit. We're so excited. We're thrilled to have you all here. It's great to see so many people we know and so many new faces. Let me do a show of hands. Who has been to Next Gen before? Raise your hand. All right, great. And who's new? Raise your hand. Excellent. What a great, great crowd we have today. We hope everybody enjoyed this afternoon's sessions. I really enjoyed mine. We're excited to share that we have participants representing 27 states and countries, including the Netherlands, UK, Canada, and Switzerland. And over half of our audience, sorry about that, works at companies with more than $1 billion in revenue, and more than 40% are with companies that are ranked on this year's Fortune 500 or Global 500 lists. A lot of impressive people in the room. I'd like to now recognize our Most Powerful Women Next Gen co-chairs. Beth Coet, Fortune Senior Writer, Michal Lev-Ram, Fortune Senior Writer and co-chair Brainstorm Tech and MPW, and Kristen Bellstrom, Deputy Digital Editor, The Broadsheet. And editor of The Broadsheet, would you please stand to be recognized? Where are you all? Can't see, there we go. Our Next Gen Summit is an unparalleled opportunity to connect with an extraordinary group of your peers, young executives, entrepreneurs, innovators, and game changers from business, government, philanthropy, education, and the arts. An extension of Fortune's Most Powerful Women franchise, Next Gen is a uniquely valuable experience as an invitation-only group comes together to engage in wide-ranging conversations, share advice, and make valuable new connections, which you will all do over the next day or two. We have an exciting program in store for you. And before we get started, we want to extend a sincere thanks to our wonderful event partners, without whom we would not be able to do this. Our global MPW partner, Johnson & Johnson, global finance partner, Royal Bank of Canada, Accenture, Herman Miller, Monsanto, New York Stock Exchange, and Toyota. Thank you, our sponsors. Before we dive into the program, there is a Most Powerful Women Next Gen app, a mobile app available. You can download it for iPhone and Android by searching Fortune MPW Next Gen 2017 in the Apple Store and in Google Play. Use the app to stay on top of the day's activities, bookmark the breakouts you want to attend, comment on sessions, and learn more about speakers. If prompted for a password, it is Fortune with a capital F. The Wi-Fi here is MBR-PSAV, and the password is MPW Next Gen, all lowercase. Our hashtag is hashtag Fortune MPW with the F, and then the MPW uppercase. And we're also live streaming everything that happens on the main stage on fortune.com. And just a friendly reminder of our media policy while we're here. What is said on stage or at the round tables, any of our programmed content is on the record and ripe for reporting, blogging, tweeting by any participant. But what's said at a dinner table, at a breakout session in the hallway, over a glass of wine, on a walk, is private unless both parties agree otherwise. And now I'd like to welcome the Executive Director, Fortune MPW Summits and Live Content, Patty Sellers.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. I was president at the creation of Most Powerful Women, which was back in 1998. We started as a list in the magazine. In 1999, we did our first summit. For the past, I would say 15 years or so at the flagship summit, and here now for 4 years at Most Powerful Women Next Gen, we start out, all you newcomers, brace yourself, for something called the Big Get to Know You, because it's all about you. We just put this stuff on stage to bring you all together. And by the way, we were talking this afternoon about this group. Now, I realize about half of you are new. you were kind of quiet in terms of asking questions last year. So this year, we want you to become like the most question-asking group that we've ever had. So over the next 2 days, please raise your hand and do ask questions. For now, we're going to ask each of you to stand up, say your name, say your company, give your title if you would like, and you have 3 seconds. And that's all you have, and I will cut you off. And that's why they assigned me to do this, because I am willing to cut anybody off. Halfway through, I'm going to transfer this to another very tough editor named Valentina Zaria, who is an associate editor, and she's going to take you through the second half. Val does the broadsheet, which you all read, I hope, with our own Next Gen co-chair, Kristen Bellstrom. So we're going to start over here. My friend will set the tone and the pace.
Should I model for everyone just how good you are at cutting people off? No. I can talk about what I had for breakfast. No, I'm just kidding.
3 seconds.
Michal Avram with Fortune and co-chair of MPW Next Gen.
Hi, I'm Christy Wallace, the CEO of Elevate Network, and check it out. It's a global women's network.
Hi, Sophia Chang with HBO, a VP of Digital Distribution.
Beth Coet, Fortune, Next Gen co-chair.
Hi, Emily Ann Epstein, Executive News Editor of Bustle.
Hi, Ghazal Asif, Vice President Worldwide Channels, Cisco App Dynamics.
Kim Ferguson, U.S. Bank, Vice President of Product Management.
All right. Elise Costa, CFO at Marshall & Companies.
Hey, I'm Rachel Weber, and I'm Executive Vice President of Digital at National Geographic.
Hi, Catherine Barna with Awesomeness. I'm Vice President Communications.
Hello, Catherine Gill, also with Awesomeness, Vice President Brand Marketing.
Hi, Danielle Soto from Barclays in London. I'm an MD.
Hi, Raina Mather, Barclays, New York, MD.
Susanna Leith Smith. I'm also at Barclays and I'm an MD in London.
Yeah.
I'm Hui Ju, Barclays, Head of Compliance for APAC. I flew 18 hours here.
Hi, I'm Katie Devine, Johnson & Johnson, Global President of Consumer Healthcare.
Hi, I'm Danielle Lee, Global Head of Partner Solutions at Spotify.
Hi, Stephanie McCarty, Vice President of Communications at Taylor Morrison.
Hi, I'm Chantal. I'm a Global Brand Lead at Merck.
Hi, I'm Arpa Garay, also with Merck. I run the U.S. vaccines business.
Hi, my name is Kaya Natlan. I'm also with Merck, and I'm Managing Director in the Netherlands.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Blatnick, and I'm currently in transition.
I'm Katie Stanton. I'm Chief Marketing Officer of Color. I'm on the board of Vivendi and Time.
Jill Hegencourt. I'm the Chief Medical Officer of Color.
Hi, I'm Geneva Parkinson. I'm one of the founders of the Caribbean Alliance to Control and Prevent Cancer.
Amy Voles, Caterpillar, President of our Women's Network and Digital Marketing Manager.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Fillion. I'm at Oath, and I'm the VP for Corporate Communications.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Landry, Vice President at Amazon. I lead Prime Now, Amazon Fresh, and Amazon Restaurants.
Hi, Megan Batillion, Global Good Intellectual Ventures. I'm Senior Manager of Policy and Research.
Hi, Elisabetta Romano Erickson, Vice President Head of 5G Core.
Hi, I'm Angela Adorno. I'm a Director of Strategic Resources Consulting at State Farm Insurance.
Hi, my name is Kate Ward. I'm the Director of Investor Relations for Kroger.
I'm Alexis Craig with Gixo, and you're all invited to our workout tomorrow morning.
Hi, I'm Alexis. You can call me Lex. Joseph's Vice President of Sales at NBC.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Sword. I'm with The Foundry, which is part of Time Inc.
Hi, I'm Nicole Glaros. I'm the Chief Innovation Officer at Techstars, migrating to a partner in our venture fund.
Hi, I'm Jillian Hellman, the CEO of Realty Mogul.
Hi, I'm Heather Friedland. I'm the Senior Vice President and Chief Product Officer at Glassdoor.
Laura Dunn, founder and executive director of Serve Justice and adjunct law professor at Maryland Carey School of Law.
Leisha McCormick, COO of Last Mile Health.
I'm Maggie Gray. I'm a sports broadcaster with Sports Illustrated and CBS Sports Radio Network.
My name's Nicole Sahin. I'm the CEO and founder of Globalization Partners, and we're helping change the way companies do business internationally.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Rousseau. I work with Advanced Auto Parts. I'm Director of Finance for Transformation Office.
I'm Jennifer McNamara from Herman Miller. I'm Director of Commercialization.
Hi, I'm Sharda Caro, Deputy General Counsel and Chief Compliance Officer, Airbnb.
Hi, Christine Evans. I am the Head of Marketing for Health Solutions at Fitbit.
Hi, I'm Amy McDonough. I'm the SVP of Strategy and Operations for Fitbit Health Solutions.
Hi, I'm Michelle Brown. I'm the Chief Ethics and Compliance Officer and Deputy General Counsel at Leidos.
Also with Leidos, I'm Melissa Koskovich, Head of Communications and Marketing.
Hi, I'm Kim Lynch, a partner at Booz Allen Hamilton in our National Security and Intelligence business, and I also run our Women's Forum.
Hi, I'm Priya Dogra. I'm the Head of Mergers and Acquisitions for Time Warner.
Hi, I'm Valerie Aubin with Accenture. I lead our global cybersecurity regulatory practice.
Hi, I'm Melody Hildebrand, a 21st Century Fox Chief Information Security Officer.
I'm Lauren Antonoff. I'm Senior Vice President and General Manager at GoDaddy.
Good afternoon. Julia Grace, I'm at Slack. I run infrastructure engineering.
Tara Jejic with the New York Stock Exchange, Head of Business Development.
Magdalena Nam with the NYSE as well, and I work with our tech IPOs.
Claire Trackman, the Vice President of Investor Relations for Baxter.
Chrissy Tom, CH2M Engineers.
Ellen McGirt, Senior Editor Fortune and Editor for Race Ahead newsletter.
Sarah Bond, Head of Business Development for Xbox.
I'm Joe Lambert, PayPal, Consumer Financial Services.
Jillian Reed, Principal at Rich Talent Group.
Hi there, Rebecca Shapiro, Head of Business Development at Helix.
Hi, Ilana Stern, founder of Weddington Way, which is Gap Inc.'s newest portfolio brand.
Hi, I'm Carla Gallardo, CEO and co-founder of Kuyana, which is an SF-based startup based on the philosophy of fewer, better things.
Libby Leffler Hoagland, Senior Director of Member Strategy at SoFi.
Christina Cordova, Head of Business Development at Stripe.
Hi, I'm Karen Schwab. I'm with eBay, and I'm Vice President and Deputy General Counsel.
Kathleen Molini, Vice President at Udacity, heading up careers and people operations.
Hi, I'm Lauren Wesley Wilson, founder of ColorCom.
Hi, I'm Leanne Kaufman. I'm the Head of Estate and Trust Services with RBC Wealth Management Canada and the President and CEO of Royal Trust Corporation of Canada.
Hi, Heather Ansel with Henry Schein Veterinary Solutions, Senior Director of Marketing and Sales.
Hi, I'm Minjay Orams. I'm the Head of Media at YouTube.
Hi, Melissa Kilby. I run Girl Up at the United Nations Foundation.
Hi, Emily Fang with the New York Stock Exchange Capital Markets Associate.
Hi, I'm Kendra Peavy, VP Corporate Communications at Swell.
Hallie Dutchin, General Manager of Veterinary Solutions with Henry Schein.
Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Miller, the Vice President of Development and Partner Engagement at Girls Who Code.
Hi, I'm Christina Miller. I'm Senior Vice President of Seller Relations at FirstDibs.com, the luxury marketplace for the world's best design. Hi, I'm Preeti Narayan, in-house counsel at Guardian Life.
Hello, Belinda Hudman. I am the Chief Marketing Officer at Pampered Chef.
Hi, Amy Oldenburg, Morgan Stanley Investment Management. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Emerging Markets and a board member of Project Explorer.
Hello, Courtney McCormick. I am Vice President of Renewables and Energy Solutions for Public Service Electric and Gas Company.
Hi there, Alicia Chalmers, the Development Manager at ConocoPhillips.
Hi, Julie Jensen. I'm the Chief Corporate Affairs and Communications Officer for investment firm Citadel.
Hi, Jen Neal. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer and Executive Producer of Live Events at E! Entertainment.
Hi, I'm Lauren Kolodny. I'm an investor at Aspect Ventures, investing in Series A and seed technology companies.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Trout. I'm a partner at Aegon Zender, where I lead our global digital practice.
Hi, Kate Chaveri. I run marketing for Twitch, and I'm the Secretary of the Board of Directors for Planned Parenthood of America.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kat Lee. I head culture at Pinterest.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Bailey. I'm a Toys R Us kid, and I oversee the Babies R Us division.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Dulski. I run groups and communities for Facebook, and I'm on the faculty at Singularity University.
Hello, I'm Krista Conti. I am a field vice president for Allstate Insurance Company and also an active member of the company's Enterprise Diversity Leadership Council.
Hi, I'm Melissa Fisher, CFO of Qualys, a cloud security company, and I'm also on the board of Model N.
Hi, I'm Amanda Coper, Vice President of Planning and Merchandising at Patagonia.
Hi, Rebecca Mooney. I'm with RBC. I'm Vice President and Head of Brand and Marketing for the Wealth Management Division, and also on the board of the National Ballet Company in Canada.
Good afternoon. My name's Jennifer Maley, and I'm with Caterpillar, and I'm responsible for their human rights program.
Hi, I'm Karen Fincutter. I work at Boeing's Defense, Space, and Security business, and I'm a Director of Communications.
Tyson Taylor with Pioneer Natural Resources, where I'm the Vice President of Learning, Development, Diversity, and Inclusion.
Hi, I'm Ann Arlinghouse. I'm a Director at KKR.
Kate Valoria, UPS. I'm Vice President of Global Customer Solutions.
Hi, I'm Ann Black, and I'm the President of Goldman Sachs Gives.
Good afternoon, Katie Koch, partner at Goldman Sachs in the Asset Management Division.
Hi, I'm Lauren Patnott. I'm a principal at BDT Capital Partners.
Hi, I'm Noah Meyer. I run Philanthropy and Social Impact at BDT Capital.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Goldfarb, co-founder and president of IPSI.
Hi, Malin Yen with SaaStr, the CXO and an operating partner. Hello, Megan Cassidy, Vice President of Human Resources for the Agriculture Division of Dow DuPont.
Hi, I'm Karen Ulrich Stacy. I'm the CEO of Diversity Lab. I'm also a Tory Burch Fellow, and most importantly, I'm running for president of Ellen McGirt's fan club.
Hi, I'm Christine Kausert-Chapman. I'm with Pacific Gas and Electric Company and Senior Director of Asset Management and System Operations.
Hi, Tamar Cohen. I am the Head of Customer Experience for Zoetis, an animal healthcare company.
Hi, I'm Tara Moore, Verizon Global Engineering.
Hi, I'm Jamie Kern-Lima, co-founder and CEO of IT Cosmetics.
Hi, I'm Ann Senny with RBC Wealth Management, and I lead our Advice and Solutions group in the U.S.
Hi, I'm Amy Ard. I'm the Chief Financial Officer of Proterra, which is a manufacturer of electric buses.
Hello, I'm Wendy Cernich, Research Director in the Agricultural Division of Dow DuPont.
I'm Jen Hayes, a partner in
Bain's Atlanta office in a retail practice, and I run all of our global women's programs.
Hi, I'm Allie Saad. I'm the head of the Chief Administrative Officer's Office, and I work at Farmers Insurance.
Hi, Anna Porcelino. I also work at Farmers Insurance as the Chief of Staff for the Human Resources.
Hi there, I'm Ruth Harper from Manpower Group. I'm VP of Strategic Communications.
I'm with her, Becky Frankowitz, President, North America, also Manpower Group.
Hi, I'm Ruthie Shoulder, co-founder and president of the Participation Agency, an experiential and creative agency.
Hi, I'm Catherine LaCour. I am head of global marketing for Blackbaud and on the board of the Women's Refugee Commission.
Hi, Jamie Engstrom, Caterpillar Incorporated and Global IT Director.
Hi, Sarah Bidnick, head of marketing for Today Tix, which is an app for theater tickets in the US, UK, and Canada.
Hi, Christine Potter, SVP Group Partner with J3, which is the media partner of Johnson & Johnson.
Hi, Alyssa Rain, and I'm VP Product and Marketing at Hallmark.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Reidenbach. I'm Chief Commercial Officer for Kimpton Hotels and Restaurants.
Hi, everyone. My name is Merlene Santiel. I work at Intuit. I lead operations for product and technology, and I also sit on the board of directors of Banner Corporation, a $10 billion bank in Washington State.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jackie, and I'm a partner at Kleiner Perkins.
Ellen Riley Patterson. I'm the general counsel of TD Bank Group.
Hi, I'm Lou Dauber. I'm the CMO of a company called Confluent. We are the streaming big data company.
Hi, I'm Hillary Frank, and I'm head of community at Charles River Ventures.
Good afternoon, Kristen Johnson. I'm a principal of branch development at Edward Jones.
Hi, Candy Lee, brand marketing at an Amazon startup, or Amazon-backed startup called Ecobee, board member of Lean in Canada, and really happy to be away from the cold in Canada.
Hi, I'm Alifia Doriwala. I'm a partner and head of multi-asset class investing at the Rock Creek Group.
Good afternoon. My name is Jennifer Philman. I'm the Vice President and General Manager of Specialty Services at Cardinal Health.
Hi, everybody. My name is Neha Sampat. I am the co-founder and CEO of Built.io's content stack, which powers the next generation of content and digital experiences.
Hi, my name is Janet Bodner, and I'm editor-at-large of Kiplinger's Personal Finance magazine in Washington, D.C.
Hi, I'm Jamie Claire Flaherty. I'm Director of Strategic Initiatives at the Obama Foundation, where I handle diversity policy and civic engagement.
Hi, I'm Jenny Galuzzo. I am the co-founder of The Second Shift, a marketplace for professional women looking for untraditional opportunities.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Shelley Kapoor Collins, and I'm founding partner of the Shatter Fund. We invest in technology companies started by female entrepreneurs, Series A and B levels. I'm a former Obama appointee in the administration to the President's Council on Women in Business and an advisor on women's entrepreneurship to the University of Pennsylvania Law School.
Hi, I'm Amy Storak, Vice President of Sales for Herman Miller.
I'm Obi Felton. I'm with X, Alphabet's Moonshot Factory, and I am head of getting moonshots ready for contact with the real world, but apparently that was too long to put in the program.
Hi, Elise Nelson. I'm CEO and co-founder of Vital Voices Global Partnership.
Hi, I'm Aisha Bandapad with the international law firm of Winston & Strawn, and I'm the head of litigation for the Silicon Valley office.
Hi, I'm Kathy Vidal. I'm also with Winston & Strawn. I'm managing partner of Silicon Valley and sit on our executive committee.
Hello, I'm Camille Preston. I'm CEO of AIM Leadership, and I'm a partner at Blackhorn Ventures, where we're focused on resource efficiency.
Sarah Richmond, General Manager for Business Development at Microsoft.
Amy Gowder, Lockheed Martin. I'm the Vice President and General Manager running our training, simulation, and logistics business.
Julie Eaton, Head of Corian Design. We make your space of the Dow DuPont Company.
Hi there, I'm Carolyn Feinstein. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Dropbox.
Hi there, I'm Christine Landry. I'm the Group Chief Executive at Conduent.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jennifer Wong, the Chief Alliance Officer at CancerLink, a big data technology venture of the American Society of Clinical Oncology.
Hi, everyone. I am Katie Kitchens. I am the co-founder of FabFitFun.
Hi, I'm Ann Walker. I work with Bank of America. I'm our corporate financial planning exec and COO for the CFO group.
Hi, Rachel Metcher, Senior Director of Brand and Product Marketing for ICF.
Kim Storin, I'm the Vice President of Marketing for IBM's server business.
Andy Gillentine, I'm the COO of Superior Health Plan, which is a part of Centene.
Hi, Barry A. Williams, StubHub, and
interrupt briefly because I did not have to say a word and you're doing a beautiful job. So thank you very, very much. And I hesitate even coming out here, but I would like to introduce my beloved colleague, Valentina Zaria, who is an associate editor of Fortune, and she is going to oversee, to the extent that overseeing needs to be done, the rest of this big get to know you. Welcome, Val.
Hey. I didn't even do anything, but yeah, let's just continue wherever we were. I know. That was it.
you were with me. My name is Barry Williams, StubHub, and conveniently I was supposed to have coffee with Hillary next week and actually meet her, but she's right here, so I can do that. So thanks to the room.
All right, I'm going to be just as strict as Patty, though, so you got to.
Hi, I'm Lisa Tan. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Reverie Sleep, and I'm also a sleep coach.
I'm Ellen Patterson, Chief Revenue Officer at EverFi, an education technology company based in Washington, D.C., and I look forward to meeting this other Ellen Patterson over here.
Hello, Pranjal Shah, founder and CEO of My Jupiter, a service that takes the stress out of family travel.
Hi, Thela Bond from American Fidelity Assurance Company. I'm the Vice President of Corporate and Human Resources.
Nancy Robertson Caldwell, Senior Vice President, Chief Sales Officer, American Fidelity.
Susan Relland, Senior Vice President and Chief Administrative Officer of American Fidelity.
Helen Riley, Chief Financial Officer at X, formerly Google X.
Hi, I'm Julia Landauer, and I'm a NASCAR driver and also a former classmate of Val's from New York City, so great to see you.
Hi, I'm Mary Hamilton. I'm a Managing Director of Accenture Labs in Silicon Valley, and I'm on the board of Women Who Code.
Hello, JD Sassman. I'm here with Autodesk. I'm the Senior Manager for the Pier 9 R&D prototyping and fabrication space.
Hi, Dana Sclafani. I'm a director at RBC Capital Markets.
Hi, I'm Heidi Young. I was running engineering at a small company called Oslo, just acquired into Facebook. So now I'm working in Facebook Messenger.
Ana Dominguez, Campbell Soup Company, and I'm the president for Canada.
Emily Waldorf, Campbell Soup Company, and I run strategy.
Sarah Hofstetter, Chief Executive Officer, 360i, an advertising agency, and totally in awe of all of you.
Hello, Tracy Chaffee, Chief Marketing Officer, Mod Pizza.
Hi, Jennifer Davis. I'm a partner in investment banking at Goldman Sachs, and I run our retail investment banking group.
Hi, I'm Maria Elisa Carvajal. I'm with Colgate-Palmolive. I'm the Vice President of Global Marketing Communications.
Shannon Houff, Monsanto Company, Vice President, Global Research and Development.
Alzandi Westeisen, President Global Strategy, and as well Monsanto Company, and I'm also the president for our Women's Network.
Malvika Changiani, I am the HR Director at Monsanto.
Alexis Sklar with the Federal Strategy Practice at Deloitte Consulting.
Nikki Allen, I'm Executive Director for Enterprise IT at the Boeing Company. Thank you for traveling on our planes.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jimena Almendares. I work for Intuit, where I'm the Vice President of Payments, and also run the Latinos and Hispanos Diversity Group.
Hi, I'm Elaine Mason. I oversee people planning, design, and analytics at Cisco Systems, and I also sit on the board of Imperative, which is a B Corp focused on bringing purpose to work.
Hi, I'm Jill Larson. I'm Senior Vice President of Talent Acquisition at Cisco Systems. I also run HR for our $13 billion services business, and I'm also on the board of Montage Software, and I need help with sleep.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sherry Slade. I'm the Vice President and Chief Inclusion and Collaboration Officer for Cisco Systems.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Carissa Sprague. I'm with Walmart Stores Incorporated, and I lead the field U.S. HR teams.
Hi, Latrice Watkins. I'm also with Walmart, and I lead the consumables and over-the-counter drug business for Walmart.
Hi, Megan Crozier, also with Walmart, and I'm the SVP for our packaged goods division in food.
Hi, Kirsten Evans. I'm from Walmart, Senior Vice President of Marketing.
Hi, Shelly Huff, Walmart e-commerce, Vice President, Private Brands and Sourcing.
Hi, Amy Ziering. I'm a filmmaker whose recent films include the Oscar-nominated and Emmy-winning Invisible War, which broke the story of rape in our military, and the Oscar-nominated and Emmy-nominated Hunting Ground, which talked about rape on our campuses.
Hello, I'm Michelle Dauber. I'm a professor of law at Stanford Law School, and I'm also the chair of the committee to recall Judge Persky, who was the judge in the Brock Turner sexual assault case.
Hi, Christine Metcalf. I'm a manager of talent at CH2M.
Hi, Melanie Ron-Kelly. I'm with CH2M. I'm an engineering manager.
Hi, Ana Castillo, Global Business Transformation Agile Coach and co-chair of the BRG Group at the Coca-Cola Company.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jenny Belknap. I lead global consumer and product marketing at Clinique.
Hi, Jennifer Hayes from Nixon Peabody. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Diana Walquist. I work for Travelers Insurance Company. I'm a vice president within our business insurance division for product and platform.
Hi, Chris Kala. I'm also with Travelers. I'm the Senior Vice President, Chief Ethics and Compliance Officer.
Hi, I'm Hillary. I'm the head of marketing for Adecco Staffing in the United States.
Good afternoon. I'm Ashley Tappan with Insigniam. I'm their global client development leader, and I'm also a proud board member for Northern Florida's USO.
I'm Colleen Flesher. I'm with Johnson & Johnson Medical Devices, and I'm an area vice president of sales.
I'm Holly Rose Faith. I'm talent partner at venture capital firm NEA.
Hi, I'm Olivia June, and I'm founder and CEO of Vina, which is the #1 social networking app for women to find their new best friend.
Hi, I'm Fallon Fatamy. I'm the founder and CEO of No.io, which is an AI company backed by Mark Cuban, and then I also write a column in Forbes where I talk about company building in Silicon Valley and AI.
Hi, I'm Lori Heino-Royer with Daimler Trucks, and I'm responsible for the connected truck.
Hi, I'm Autumn Brown. I'm with EA, and I run our global mobile publishing team.
Hello, I'm Romy Newman, and I'm the co-founder and president of Fairy Godboss. We're a marketplace where women who are ambitious can find jobs at companies that care about gender diversity.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sandra Liu Huang. I lead the product and engineering teams at Chan Zuckerberg Initiative. Hi, Christina Kosmowski. I head up our global customer success at Slack.
Hi, everyone. I'm Natalie Byrne. I lead brand purpose for Unilever's Prestige division, and I'm also launching the first founder coalition at Unilever to help the founders of the brands we love be global leaders in social impact.
Hello, Carrie Palin, Chief Marketing Officer at Box.
Hi, Lindsay Nelson, Chief Marketing Officer of Vox Media. Normally I say not with an F, but this time not with a B. And you may know us for our brands like The Verge, Recode, Eater, and our flagship property, Vox.
Hi, everyone. Kristen Smith. I'm a director in the corporate reputation practice at Finsbury, a strategic communications firm.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jackie Birdsall, Senior Engineer at Toyota Motor North America, Research and Development.
Hi, my name is Leah Buskey. I'm the founder of TaskRabbit. We recently sold to IKEA, and I just joined a venture fund called Fuel Capital as a general partner.
Just remind everyone, name, title, company. We only have 5 more minutes, so please be respectful of the other women in the room. Thanks.
Hi, Julia Ryan, Director of Audience Strategy, Time Inc.
Nicole Jeffries, Chief Transformation Officer at Advance Auto Parts.
Hi, Laura Indolfi, founder and CEO of Panther Therapeutics and TED Fellow.
Hi, Krista Quarles, CEO of OpenTable and Board Director at Kimberly-Clark.
I'm Ninian Wang. I'm at Niantic, which makes Pokemon Go, and soon the new Harry Potter AR game. I run engineering for the social layer across all our games, and I'm board advisor to Serena and Lily.
Hi, Erin Soretta. I'm with Herman Miller, Regional Sales Director.
Hi, I'm Liz Militello, VP of HR for Herman Miller.
Hi, I'm Marcy Vu. I lead our consumer internet mergers and acquisitions team at Catalyst Partners.
Hi, Kristen Bellstrom, co-chair of NextGen and co-editor of The Broadsheet with Valentina.
Hi, Sarah Megan Thomas. I'm an actress, writer, and producer, female-driven Wall Street movie Equity. Next up, female-driven spy film based on true stories.
I'm Nicole Johnson. I'm an investor at Forerunner.
Hi, Sarah Adland, Director of Business Innovation for Planned Parenthood Federation of America.
Hi, I'm Chandra Holt. I'm the Senior Vice President of the Grocery Division at Sam's Club.
Hi, I'm Sonia Najjar, and I'm a corporate M&A partner at the Skadden Arps law firm.
Hi, everyone. Amy Kalanick, Director of Employee Benefits at Komatsu Mining Corp.
Good afternoon. Karina Lifshin, Vice President General Counsel, Underground Mining at Komatsu Mining Corp.
Good afternoon. Karen Orozco, Senior Vice President, U.S. Retail for H&R Block.
Hi, Lisa Clooney, CEO and co-founder of Joan Creative and Damn Joan.
Hi, I'm Julie Yu. I'm Head of Corporate Development at Scripps Networks. We're the parent company of HTV and Food Network.
Hi, everyone. Cheryl McKenzie. I'm the Vice President of Products and Payment Capabilities for Alliance Data, a credit card company.
Hi, Michelle Martin, Head of Global Communications and Marketing for Qualcomm Wireless Reach.
Good afternoon. I'm Stacy Phillips with Baxter International, Vice President and Associate General Counsel.
Hi, I'm Shannon Leslie-Young, Human Resources and Talent at Kohl's.
Hi, Sharice Ordlock, Senior Vice President, Digital at Kohl's.
Joanna Krupa, Senior Vice President at Communications Agency Zeno Group.
Hi, everyone. Denise Nelson at Starbucks Coffee. I'm the Senior Vice President of Operations Services.
Hi, I'm Melissa Kramer, SVP of Talent for Target.
Hi, Ann Stanchfield. I'm the Vice President of Small Formats at Target.
Also with Target, Anu Gupta. I'm the Senior Vice President of Strategy Execution and Operational Excellence.
Laura Heisman, Vice President of Communications with GitHub.
Hi, Chia Tucci, Vice President Store Brands and Quality Assurance at CVS Health.
Hi, I'm Joy Taylor, Senior Director of Strategy and Planning at Electronic Arts.
Hi, I'm Erica Harris, Vice President of WISPARK with WEC Energy Group.
Alexis Krivkovich, McKinsey & Company, Managing Partner of the Silicon Valley office.
Katie Fall, Instagram, and I lead global partnerships.
Melody Neese with American Airlines, Managing Director of Technical Operations.
Hi everyone, I'm Suji Rachel Tom, Project Lead and Software Engineer on Apple Watch.
Hi, Jenna Powers, Amazon Director of HR Integration for the Whole Foods integration.
Tony Reed, Amazon.com, Vice President, Alexa Experience and Echo Devices.
Hello, everyone. Michelle Pompey-Palm, Global Regulatory Affairs Operations, Executive Director at Merck.
I'm Surabhi Gupta, Airbnb Director of Engineering.
Hello, Helen Min with Quora, Question and Answer Site. I lead Global Marketing, Communications, and Community.
Hi, I'm Caroline McGregor, Associate Vice President, Chemistry at Merck.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Spalding. I'm Senior Vice President, General Counsel, Cardinal Health.
Chris Johnston, VP Global Accounting at Constellation Brands.
Lisa Boswell, Senior Vice President, Sales, Constellation Brands, Beer Division.
Hi, I'm Melitza Manzano. I'm also with Constellation, Vice President of Engineering for Wine and Spirits.
Jennifer Riley, EVP, Lifeway Foods.
I'm Ana Huerta. I am a lead game designer at Zynga, and I work on our 10X ideas.
Hi, I'm Christine Cuoco. I'm the Global Head of Business Marketing at Twitter.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tracy Patterson. I'm a Senior Manager in our Accenture Operations business.
Hello, Catherine Lai, Vice President of Product Management at Scientific Games.
Hi, I'm Jen Hong, and I work for the Capital Group, and I run our U.S. product management and product development efforts.
Hi, I'm Wendy Whitmore. I'm a partner at IBM, and I lead our global team for incident response and cyber threat intelligence.
Hey, everyone. Maria Manitok, Senior Vice President and Senior Counsel at Capital Research.
Hi, Dee McLaughlin, also with Capital Group. I lead our customer experience and creative groups.
Hi, Joanne Wright, IBM Chief Supply Chain Officer.
Oh shit, sorry. We got back to the front. Carolyn Hannigan, President. I work for British American Tobacco, and I'm here to kick ash and get us to a smoke-free future.
Hi, everyone. I'm Julie McLaughlin. I'm the Global Controller for Alliance Data.
Hi, I'm Carla Calzarum with Johnson & Johnson. I am the lead of North America integration.
Hi, Leslie Storms with Johnson & Johnson. I'm a Vice President leading our iHealth integrations.
Hi, Katie Decker, also with Johnson & Johnson. I'm a Senior Director leading our Global Oral Care Group.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Scappa, co-founder and CEO of Wave, a media entertainment app.
Hi, I'm Dee Lama. I'm Vice President of Sales of Xerox Canada.
Hi, Sharina Smith, Vice President of CRM, Analytics, and Loyalty at JCPenney Corporation.
Ginger Purgatorio, Vice President of Product Transformation for Allstate.
Sachin Matyan, I'm a Senior Director for Cybersecurity, Privacy, and Awareness for Intel Corporation.
Sonia Nagar, Vice President at Pritzker Group Venture Capital, investing in consumer startups, and on the board of SitterCity and Curiosity.com.
Rima Banasi, co-founder of communications firm The Hatch Agency.
Hi, Amber Treshnell, CEO Americas of John Paul, owned by Accor Hotel Group.
Hi, Emily Kolakowski, Chief Operating Officer at Wellness Corporate Solutions.
Hi, April Solomine, Vice President of Operations at Taylor Morrison.
Hi, I'm Jean Freeman. I'm the Principal and CEO of Zambezi. We're a creative advertising agency.
Daphne Williams, Vice President of Customer Relations, Commercial Insurance Claims, Liberty Mutual Insurance Group.
Hi, everyone. Bridget Lau, co-founder and partner at Social Capital, and I focus on education and investing.
Hi, Christine Dunn. I'm a banking partner at Skadden Arps.
Melissa Koch, business technology and data lawyer at Ackerman, and also co-founder of TalentRising.io.
Hi, I'm Stacey Hammond. I'm a Senior Vice President Marketing at Charles Schwab, where we encourage you to ask questions, be engaged, and own your tomorrow.
Hi everyone, Heather Lawley. I'm the VP of Inclusion, Diversity, and Talent at Advanced Auto Parts.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Jessica Nunley, and I'm the Global Marketing Manager at Caterpillar.
Hello, I'm Leslie Snavely. I'm the CMO and the Head of Business Development at CHG Healthcare, the largest physician staffing agency in the country.
I'm Tina Chen. I'm with Sempra Energy, HR Director for Renewables and LNG.
Hello, I am Lexi Reese. I am a Hamilton cast member. That is not true. I am the COO of Gusto. Hi.
Hi, I'm Kirsten Helvey. I'm the COO of Cornerstone On Demand.
Hi, Claire Tilke, COO Investment Management at Heinz and semi-professional runner. Very impressed by all of the runner women here today. Great job.
Hi, I'm Susan Tynan. I'm the founder and CEO of FrameBridge, the simple way to custom frame the things you love.
Hello, Valerie Bennett-Turner. I'm Senior Vice President at NASDAQ, and I run the risk and surveillance business.
Good evening, Anita Grantham, Chief People Officer at Pluralsight, the technology learning platform.
Hey y'all, my name is Tally Sargent, and I'm the next Congresswoman from the 2nd District of West Virginia.
Hi there, I'm Jody Vandergriff. I'm an entrepreneur, startup advisor, and the founder of WebDam.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tracy D'Annunzio. I'm the founder and CEO of Tradesy, the marketplace where you can buy and sell pre-owned designer fashion.
Hi, I'm Frida Polly. I'm the CEO and founder of a company called Pemetrix, making hiring predictive and diverse.
Hi, Minnie Ingersoll. I am the Chief Operating Officer at Code for America and co-founder of Shift Technologies.
Hi, I'm Priyanka, and I'm the Head of Growth at Pymetrics.
Hello, I'm Jennifer Goodhope. I work for Liberty Mutual, Director of Channel Enablement.
Hi, Leah McGowan-Hare. I am the Director of Developer Evangelism at Salesforce.
Hi, Molly Q. Ford. I'm the Director of Global Equality Programs at Salesforce.
Hi, I'm Divya Ashok. I lead product readiness for our strategic customers at Salesforce and also run the Women's Network at Salesforce.
Hi, I'm Tina Wells. I'm the CEO and founder of Buzz Marketing Group and the Academic Director of Leadership in the Business World at Wharton.
Hi, I'm Jessica Brewer. I'm Senior Vice President and General Manager of our Account Services practice at Benefit Focus.
Hi, my name is Mayumi Hiramatsu. I am Senior Vice President at Infor. I run our cloud operations and engineering. I'm also a board member of Girls in Tech.
Hi, I'm Heidi Williams. I'm currently running 2 companies. I'm a founder of West, which is a cross-company mentorship program for women in tech, and also co-founder and CTO of Techquitable. We're trying to build a tech-enabled ombuds platform for bias, discrimination, and harassment.
Hello, Melissa Kosciuszko, Chief Counsel, Corporate Affairs at Intellectual Ventures.
Hi, Elizabeth Mulligan with Flywheel Sports. I'm the Vice President of Finance Planning and Business Insights.
Hi, I'm Michelle Gaida. I'm Senior Vice President of Global Corporate Communications at Weber Shandwick. We're a global public relations firm.
Hello, I'm Cheryl Pinto. I'm Vice President for Product Enablement at Visa.
Hi, I'm Nisha Dua. I'm the co-founder and partner at BBG Ventures, an early-stage VC fund that invests in consumer tech brands with at least one female founder.
Hi, I'm Shilpa Shah, co-founder and CXO of Kuyana, Fewer Better Things, and the second to last one.
Hi, everyone. Last one. Deidre Nelson. I'm the Chief Financial Officer of Glam Squad. We provide beauty services anytime, anywhere.
Did anyone come in late and not have a chance to introduce yourself? Anyone? Yes.
Hi, I'm Sumaya Balbale. I'm the Vice President of Digital, Mobile, and E-commerce Marketing at Walmart US.
Hi, I'm Eleanor Graywall. I work at Airbnb, and I lead Airbnb's data science team.
Is that everyone? Okay, I have one last intro to make, and it is the actual cast of Hamilton. No, I'm totally kidding. It's way better than that. So Fortune and Food and Wine have partnered to bring a few amazing, amazing female chefs here tonight. I'm going to bring them out on stage in just a minute, and please give them a really warm welcome. They'll be cooking your dinners tonight. So it'll be nice.
Hi, I'm Sarah Kramer. I'm Sarah Hymanson. And we are the chefs and owners of Kismet and Mad Capra in Los Angeles.
Hi, I'm Katie Millard. I am the chef owner of Coquine Restaurant in Portland, Oregon.
Hi, I'm Christine Rivera. I am the chef at Galaxy Taco in California.
Hi, I'm Shirley Chung. I'm the chef owner of Steamers Company in downtown LA.
Hi, I'm Irene Lee. I'm the co-founder of Maymay Restaurant and the Maymay Street Kitchen food truck in Boston.
Hi, I'm Margarita Mansky, chef owner of Republique Restaurant in Los Angeles.
Hello, I'm Gaia Oliveira from Restaurant Daniel. I'm the executive pastry chef.
Awesome.
Before we move on to the rest of the program, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our longtime partner, Herman Miller, who's responsible for the beautiful furniture you see, including the chairs you're sitting in. I'm delighted to welcome Amy Storick, Vice President of Sales for Herman Miller, who will give us a short demo. Amy?
Good afternoon. Now, most of you are sitting in the Mira 2 chair. We launched this a few years back, and it's a partnership with a talented design team out of Berlin, Studio 7.5. I see some of you are sitting a little bit uncomfortably, perhaps, and so I'm going to share with you a few simple and intuitive functions that will help adjust the chair to your proper posture. So we'll begin. You know, when you're sitting in an uncomfortable chair, you take your mind off of the fabulous guest speakers and everybody that we have here up on stage, and you're just thinking about how uncomfortable you are. So on the right-hand side of the chair, just underneath the seat, you'll find a large knob with a comfortable grip. If you rotate this knob forward, you are going to increase the resistance that you feel when you lean back in the chair. Now, this chair has what we call harmonic tilt, and so it's meant to sort of come in contact with your body at all points and support you as you sort of glide into that recline. If you forget, there's a little plus sign on the side of that knob and a minus sign. So if you rotate this backwards, you're going to find that it's going to become easier to recline. So again, it shouldn't be something you have to push back. It should happen pretty easily. Just behind that, you'll find a lever that's going to help you with the tilt. The height. Now, in the center of the chair, it's a good thing I'm wearing pants today. You'll find that there is a simple lever, and that's going to adjust the seat depth. So the seat of the chair should just fall away from the underside of your thighs. And again, if you squeeze that and push it down, it's going to reduce the seat depth. And then on the left-hand side, you have a paddle that conveniently looks sort of like the shape of the chair. So you'll see that the back part looks like the butterfly back of the chair, the front part, the seat. Now, the back part is called the tilt limiter. If you push that back, you're going to have full recline. This is a feature that everybody's been waiting for, I see. If it's in the fully upright position, the back is locked out, not so comfortable. So again, push that back and you'll get full recline. In the intermediate position, it's going to give you partial recline. And then the front part of that is for forward tilt. While I'm at it, this lever on the side of the arm is going to raise and lower the arm. If you lift up this lever, you'll be able to move the arm freely, push it down, and you'll lock it at the desired height. The good news is you can't break the chair. You push the arm pads forward and back, in and out, to get the desired position that you want. And then lastly, we've got the lumbar support in the back. Now, to adjust the height of the lumbar support, and again, this should just hit you right in the small of your back, you're going to raise and lower the lumbar support. Find the position that's most comfortable for you. And then if you want to increase or decrease the depth of the lumbar support, you simply rotate the two handles. And that's it. So if you have any questions, feel free to come find me or anybody else that works for Herman Miller. We can help you out. Thanks.
Our first guest this afternoon founded a company with her husband that has a current valuation that's said to be $4 billion. They originally launched the website Houzz after they struggled to communicate ideas to architects and designers during their own home renovation. Since their start in 2009, the platform now has 40 million users and millions of images in a global online marketplace of furniture and architectural products. And I just bought a fantastic rug there last week. Please welcome Adi Tatarko with Fortune's Beth Cohen.
Thanks, everybody. Well, it is very appropriate that we are kicking off the main stage conversation here with Adi. She is one of the few women running a unicorn. So, company now valued at about $4 billion. So, I want to start that with the story of Houzz, and that starts with your house. So, where does it all begin?
With the house? We were innocent. We waited for years to buy our own first house, and we ended up finding a fixer-upper, and we had big, big dreams of how wonderful that's going to be to create our own nest. Reality wasn't far from dreamy. We really struggled finding great professionals, architects, designers, contractors that will understand what we want to do for the budget that we had, and translate everything that we wanted to do into the real project. Even finding great ways to illustrate what we had in our heads while we are not professionals was really a struggle. We ended up, a year after started the process, throwing it all away and starting all over again because we couldn't afford the plans that the professionals presented, and we didn't even like them. And we figured there must be a better way of doing it. This is something that people are so passionate about. This is our homes. You know, we were dreaming about it for years, and the process was so broken. And Houzz was born as a local side project of ourselves with our community, 20 parents from our kids' school, a few professionals, architects and designers from the Bay Area, coming together and saying, yes, this is broken and we can fix it if we'll come together as a community and we'll build the right technology to communicate with each other. So Alon, my husband, coded the original website. I was putting the community on both sides together. At some point, it started taking off on its own by word of mouth. No money, no other people. We were working full-time, raising our kids, and it became a pretty massive side project, nights and weekends.
When do you decide to make that leap from side project to full-time gig?
So it was over a year after we started that we already had about 300,000 users a month visiting the platform, and many professionals as well. So it was both sides of the marketplace. And then we met somebody that told us that we are pretty much crazy. Yeah. I keep doing it as a side project. And if we're not going to raise money and bring more people to help us, somebody else will.
Right.
And then we had to think again, whether we want to keep running it as a side project. We had lots of great indication from the community that this is growing really big and outside of the Bay Area, but we needed somebody to come and tell us that we are really, really crazy if we're not doing it, to kind of take a deep breath and go all the way with it.
But you were hesitant to take funding in the beginning, and also to even show ads on the site, something that, you know, sort of bucked the norms of traditional startups in some way. Did that help you, that you sort of didn't know what you were doing in a lot of ways?
I think that we knew what we were doing. What we didn't know is that we're actually bootstrapping something that is going to become a very big company. And that was very, very helpful, because in retrospect, we learned how to do everything by ourselves. We were so lean with our approach because we didn't have the funds to sponsor everything. So we had to figure out the best way and most efficient ways to do everything. And finally, when we got to the point that we wanted to bring investors on board, which was a big, big decision, we no longer had to prove that we have a good idea in hand, because 300,000 users with no marketing spent on it definitely proved that it's quite a good idea. And we also didn't have to prove that we can execute it, because without money, we were able to do that. And I think that many times first-time founders do struggle with convincing investors that they do have a good idea or they can scale it. When you come to investors from that point of your project, they come to you, and you can really talk to the best investors out there. So we were very, very fortunate on that front, not knowing what we're doing, but really knowing what we want to do and being very, very passionate about it.
So you told me the statistic that something like 12% of couples consider divorce when they are renovating or remodeling their homes. Probably sounds familiar to a lot of people in this room. So not only did you kind of get through this remodel, but you actually run your company with your husband. How does that work?
Yeah, so both are true. In terms of the 12%, we did started running surveys early days and getting lots of feedback from our community. And that was so prominent that so many people said, oh, that's the most awful process. And 12% did say we did consider seriously a divorce during that process. In terms of me running the company with Alon, it's his joke, so I won't steal it. I'm giving him the full credit and laughing about me. He's telling everybody it's so much easier running the company with her than remodeling the house with her. So here is the answer, which is true.
So how do you make it work? I mean, you obviously spend a lot of time together at work, at home. What's it like?
I think that what works for us is, one, we know what each other is really good at and our strengths and weaknesses. We also trust each other. We've been together for 22 years, almost 23. And we just know, right? Things that Alon is very good at, I trust him to do well, and vice versa. And it's true also for home. So when you have your interests aligned, when you have your heart in the same place, we're not founders that come from different backgrounds and we have different agenda. Many times we see founders, one want to exit, the other one wants to continue until the far future. One wants to run something just, because needs immediate money. The other one is not having that pressure. We actually, while we took, a very big risk of putting all our eggs literally in one basket, but our heart is in the same place, our interest is in the same place, and we work together on something that we believe is the best, both for our family and for the company, and just juggle in between, and really focus on what is the best thing that each one of us can contribute on both fronts and build the whole structure around it. It's very, very helpful, actually.
So I want to open up to questions in 1 second, but first I want to ask how you landed on your title. So you're CEO. How did that negotiation work?
For a change, we didn't have to negotiate. We negotiate many other things in life. I usually win. No, I'm kidding. I didn't win when we had to move to the Silicon Valley. That's something that he wanted and I didn't. And I actually said over my dead body, and you see my dead body here for 17 years already, or God knows how long. So no, he actually felt, given what each one of us is doing, that you should be the CEO, he said. And I said, okay. So it's really not about the titles for us, because we're both running everything together. And it was very, very clear which areas Alon should run and which areas I should run, because we have complementary skill set and different background. And so it's not that I'm not involved in the areas that he's running or vice versa, but titles to us when it comes to our family didn't really matter. And he was just a gentleman here, and he said, you take it.
Do we have questions? We have one in the front. If you could just wait for the mic to get to you. Do we have a mic? No. Okay, please stand up. Tell us who you are.
That's a great question, because one of the things that we faced as the original users of Houzz, we were the first homeowners using it, was the discrepancy between what we wanted to do, and then when we reached out to professionals and we showed them a picture from a magazine and we said, we think that something like this, they said, great, do you have $1 million because this is what it's going to cost? And we said, no, we only have 15,000. And I said, educate yourself before you come to us. So there was lots of frustration on the other side that people come to them with high expectations and not understanding what is involved, and they really wanted to get the clients to the point when they want something, they understand what they're asking them to do. So from the beginning, when we started working with the professionals, it was very important to them to provide their input so that they will be able to educate the consumers and then get and filter the consumers based on the relevancy to what they want to do. It really, really helped. At the beginning, there was some skepticism, outside of the initial group, whether that's going to work. All these professionals together in one place. There was one that was so skeptical, said, we are not horses that you're only going to put all of us together and just present us to the world. And I said, okay, you don't have to. And then a few months later, she saw specifically that everybody else is joining, and she started uploading projects like crazy. She said, okay, I get it. I need to be part of it too. It was not about how they compete with each other. It was more about, this is the world now. If you want to be out there and you want to find the best clients that you're relevant for, you need to be out there, let people use technology to find you. You can't count any longer just on organic by word of mouth referrals, because that's going to really limit the number of clients that you're going to get at the end of the day. So it was a lot for them in the beginning to invest in. And today we have 1.5 million professionals all over the world that are very active on a monthly basis on Houzz, collaborating with 40 million people every single month all over the world. So it paid off for them. They're getting business, not just from the local areas. Many of them actually build businesses outside of the immediate area. And 3% of the designers, for example, last year conducted work outside of their states and continents. So it's pretty massive. It helped to break borders and cross borders, and really educate and bring them the best clients at the best point in time, where they learned a lot about them by reading the reviews about them, seeing their portfolio, asking questions, and understanding that the match is really there before contacting them.
Great. Do we have any other questions from the audience? One right here. We've got a mic now.
Hi, I think you have multiple...
Sorry, can you tell us who you are?
Oh, sure. Sorry, Katie Koch, Goldman Sachs. I think you have multiple revenue streams, but one of them is that people can buy merchandise off the site and you take a commission, but the order is fulfilled by the vendor. So the good news is the commission, but potentially the bad news is that you're disintermediated from the customer and you're not sure if they're going to have a great experience. So I'm wondering how you guys monitor that, and then follow up to that, how you see yourself competing with Wayfair going forward.
So both our revenue channels, and you mentioned it before, we didn't want to start monetizing early days because we felt there are so many different opportunities given the community and how deep the platform is. We should wait, build the best customer experience-based, user experience-based product, and then get the input from the community of what we should build for them. And indeed, both revenue channels that we picked later on came as a demand from the community. So first one was the demand from the professionals, help us build our brand locally. We're already getting clients from all over the world. Help us get the local awareness to build our brand in a certain area. The second one was actually the demand from the community that we didn't plan originally, to get all the products and materials that they see in the pictures on Houzz. So from early days when we build the product, we had these swinging tags. If you have the app, you probably know it, that shows you all the product and materials and paint colors and where you can get it, and took you to thousands of different vendors and sellers to source this product. That was one of our frustrations early days, that we saw all these things, but we didn't know where to get them. So we said at the very minimum, we need to bring all this data together and give it to the users. And then we started getting lots of phone calls to the office from many of our users, both professionals and homeowners, and saying, we need support. Where is the add to cart? We saw this swinging tag showing us this material, but we don't know how to add this to cart. Or a phone call saying, we saw this bathtub. Can you ship it to Alaska? Do you ship to Hawaii? And we said, what do you mean? Here you have all these vendors and sellers. Go to them and buy it. So the feedback from the community started being, this is great, but we're doing everything using the tools that you provided. We are planning everything. We're getting from the inspiration, seeing the data, finding the good people that will help us, getting lots of the support from the community. But we need to close this. We need to get all the products and materials from the pictures on Houzz directly. You need to vet all these vendors and sellers for us. So that was a very strong feedback from many people. We build it for them based on their feedback. And I think that's how we build support around it and navigate through the third-party sellers.
So unfortunately, we're out of time. Find Adi after to talk about Wayfair. But thank you so much for making the time.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. About 60% of employees are women at the digital agency that our next guest heads, and about a third of the employees are non-white. That makes the agency something of a model of diversity at a time when it's become an increasingly controversial issue in the advertising world. 360i's original claim to fame is helping to kick off the world of real-time marketing by shaping Oreo's famous tweet during a stadium blackout at the 2013 Super Bowl when Oreo tweeted that you can still dunk in the dark. And competitors have spent the last few years trying to emulate 360i's ability to enter into the real-time social media conversation. Here to share her insights, please welcome Sarah Hofstetter with Fortune's Lee Gallagher.
Welcome, Sarah. It's great to talk with you.
Great to be here.
So before you were CEO of 360i, you, way back in 2005, started the firm's social media practice. At the time, people there thought you were crazy. Who are all these bloggers in pajamas? Something along those lines. Tell us about that a little bit.
Yeah, 360i at the time was a search engine marketing agency, and so we were buying ads on Google, and we saw the blogosphere was really picking up in terms of natural search results. And I said, well, what if we can get these guys to talk about our clients? And people said, well, who cares about what the bloggers think? These guys have no influence. They're guys, I think I was less generous. I might have said guys in their underwear, living in their mother's basements. And we said, well, these guys are the future influence of the world, and consumers are going to take more control than brands. And people at the office thought I was ridiculous. I had a mentor who said, you know what, why don't you try? See if you can sell this to anybody, and if you can, we'll do something with it. And we did, and that was the original, I think they call it now influencer marketing. But that was the start of our social media practice before Twitter was invented, before Instagram was invented. But it's a lot of perseverance and a lot of just telling people to go suck it.
And then in 2012, you were another pioneer when there was the Oreo moment. Can you just tell us about that a little bit? Do people remember this? It was the Super Bowl, there was a blackout, and Oreo really kind of geniusly capitalized on that moment.
Yeah, the Super Bowl had this amazing blackout in the third quarter, and people were sitting around wondering, what to do. So of course, we do what we do when we're bored, which is turn to our phones, or at the time more computers. And we quickly put together this tweet on behalf of Oreo that said, you can still dunk in the dark, posted it and promoted it, and then called every media outlet we could possibly find and say, hey, look at the internet. There's only one thing going on right now, and it's Oreo. And that was this lightning in a bottle that took off and helped kickstart this terrible phenomenon of real-time marketing, because everybody that tried doing it afterwards, there were a couple of really good ones, but we actually stopped doing it right after that because it was so ridiculously annoying. And so many people did it so terribly wrong. But it was an opportunity to look at a vulnerability, which was this blackout and people having nothing to do, and turn it into an asset, which was really finding white space.
That's something you talk about a lot, have talked about a lot this year, turning vulnerability into an asset. And that's because you weren't exactly, it wasn't exactly preordained that you were going to become a CEO. You grew up in a way that you described to me was in a bubble. Tell us what you mean by that.
Sure. So I grew up about 15 miles out of New York, so not really a literal bubble, but I grew up observant Jewish, which basically means that you have to live within walking distance of a synagogue. So by default, the idea of a ghetto is a norm because you have to live near a synagogue in order to be able to get to synagogue on the Sabbath, which we observe. We don't do any electricity or go in cars or use the internet or anything like that. And so, yeah, I grew up in a bubble, went to school with a bunch of other girls who looked like me, act like me, went to the same restaurants as me. I never went to a McDonald's or watched Saturday morning cartoons or anything like that. And most people grew up, married rich, and had lots of babies. In fact, my dad, walking to synagogue one day, said, you know what would make me really happy, Sarah? He made me grandfather before I'm 40 and married rich. I did neither, by the way.
And you've said to me that you had your first conversation with a non-Jewish person when you were 30 years old.
It was my first professional conversation with a non-Jewish person, yes. I went to a public college. I went to Queens College and definitely met others, but
professional conversation.
Professional conversation, yeah. It took, yeah.
And you told me that the people in your neighborhood, even where you live today, they have Suburbans, but one Suburban isn't enough to hold all the children, so many have two Suburbans.
Yeah. So, yeah, I have two kids, which is really an anomaly in my hood. But yeah, they're like there's this couple that lives, not couple, there's like I don't know, it's like Snow White and like the 14 dwarfs. There's so many of them. There's this rounded driveway, and now they have 3 Suburbans trying to get into this circular driveway. It's insane. Yes, most people tend to have lots and lots of kids in my
But yet you pursued this incredible career in advertising, which is really a 24/7 business, one in which accounts are won and lost on whining and dining, and you can't really do that. You have to shut off from sundown to sundown on Friday to Saturday. How has that shaped you as a leader, and how you talk about how those have become assets for you in the workplace and in your role as a CEO? So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's really complicated to be an agency CEO when a lot of the negotiations and discussions and relationship development do happen in restaurants. When you're working on a pitch, you're working through the weekend. So it's not just the clients, but it's also I'm leading 1,000 people, and it's Friday afternoon, and people have to work late, either on a client assignment or a pitch. See you guys. I'm going to go home, light some candles, and drink a ton of wine. Like, that doesn't really fly so well. What flies less is when I'm emailing them Saturday night once Sabbath is over, and they're really pissed off. But it definitely becomes a tremendous liability when I'm not able to be there in the trenches with the team. And then from a client relationship standpoint, it is most certainly challenging. I mean, I'm in New York. I should be taking clients out to 11 Madison Park or wherever any of these lovely women who you guys are going to have such a great dinner. I will not be joining you. I'll have some sort of like frozen something or other.
So what do you do? How do you build those relationships with the key clients that you need the relationships with, that you have the relationships with?
It's really bizarre. Like you actually get to know people outside of the BS that is our industry. I know it's so novel, right? And one of the things that I started doing, I used to be terribly embarrassed. Like going to a kosher restaurant is a cultural experience, and not in a good way that represents the tribe, not at all. But I grew up like that, so it's fine for me. And I've always been embarrassed about taking folks to kosher restaurants because it was not the most phenomenal experience. Well, a couple things happened. First of all, there are some decent ones out there, and if anybody's interested, I will be at dinner, just not eating the same thing as you. we do that. But the other thing is sometimes you just make it into a cultural experience. I once went with the CMO of Enterprise Car Rental all over St. Louis trying to find a phenomenal kosher restaurant. By the way, none. And we ended up.
He thought there was a kosher. He thought he was taking you to a.
He was convinced that there was going to be this kosher restaurant that we'd be able to have a wonderful experience. I ended up going to a dinner with him at Budokan in New York, and then he said, "I'd love to repay the favor because I see you can't eat anything. So when you come to St. Louis, I'll take you for a nice kosher meal." I'm like, that's not happening. And so we literally ended up driving up all over, and we ended up at this dive. And we walk in, and I'm so horribly embarrassed. He's like, "Oh, it's so authentic." I was mortified. But that became a big turning point for me to say, you know what, just embrace it. And
you can have food brought into a regular restaurant, but it has to be...
It has to be double wrapped, heated a certain way, and if any steps in the process end up getting kind of messed up, you can't eat the food, and then you've massively insulted your host. So it's kind of, there are two things wrong with it. One is that there's great risk of it going wrong, and two, it calls so much attention to you, and not in a good way. So there are some challenges associated with that. But I've learned to go with it and just embrace it. And the thing that I think has worked really well for me is the consistency. I think there are a lot of people that when you see something that's not quite like everybody else, you try to either cover it up or you make excuses or you find loopholes. And I think one of the things that I've been fortunate is that I've really stayed very true to the value system that I've been raised with. And so it's very clear, like there are just certain lines that I won't cross. You're never gonna catch me on a Saturday working, and and just because I'm emailing you Saturday night, you don't need to email me back. And I'm never going to be able to eat where you're eating, but they become kind of, those are my vulnerabilities, but they're also my assets because people know that they're dealing with somebody who stays true to their values no matter what that is. And I'll be candid about it. In which case, if I'm going to be candid about that, I'm probably not going to be messing with you in any other way either. And in the ad business, there's a lot of BS. So it actually allows you to be a little bit more transparent, a little more accessible. And when you're vulnerable, other people become vulnerable as well. I mean, look at this audience. I mean, each one of you more impressive than the next. And I can only imagine what cocktail conversation is going to be like. Everybody is so incredibly impressive. But you start letting down your guard. Like I was sitting next to two really nice women, and I'm like, yeah, I forgot to bring jewelry. I forgot to bring cosmetics with me to this trip. And it's like, oh, now we can all talk really freely because we're willing to just be vulnerable about ourselves. But it allows you to establish real actual relationships with people. By the way, the Neutrogena people are wonderful.
There's a touch-up station back there. Who has a question for Sarah? I think we have time for one question if anybody has one. I certainly have more. If not, over here, right in the front, please wait for the mic and introduce yourself when you get it.
Where was it?
All the way in the front row. Yeah, thanks.
Hi, Ghazal, Cisco App Dynamics. So I absolutely loved your story in part because I can relate to it as well. Raised Muslim, don't drink alcohol, and I spend a lot of time with salespeople that just drink to get drunk. No offense to salespeople around here. But the drinking culture, I mean, it's pretty intense. And for the most part, most of my 20s, I just made excuses until I hit my 30s and thought, no, like these are my values. This is what I've been raised with. Not drinking means that I am the bubbly person in the morning that's like, how do you feel? You feel terrible. I feel fantastic. So my question to you is, how do you really own and be proud of your value system when you know that in a room of 100, 200, sometimes thousands, you're the only one?
I think being the only one is kind of cool. And it used to not be the case. I've been to so many restaurants, and so just, again, another vulnerability, I love eating. Like, I love eating. And so every time I go to a restaurant, I'm seeing what everybody else is eating, and I'm like pushing a salad around, pretending to eat it, and I'm not even eating the salad. And then I go back to my room and I stuff my face with anything in the mini bar that has a kosher certification. It got really frustrating. And there became this turning point, which was my trek in St. Louis, where I was just like, you know what? It is what it is. And then the only thing that kind of sucks about it is you become typecast. Oh, yeah, she's the kosher one. But you know what? People actually, they're really nice about it. Like if I'm going I went to Madison, Wisconsin once for a client dinner. This is not when they were nice about it. And I brought my food with me, and the restaurant wouldn't let me bring the food in with me, and the client said to me, "Sucks for you." And I was like, I will never work with this person again.
Oh
Flip it, yeah, it happens, whatever, like the world is not, perfect. But I said I will never work with her again, and I did not. But then conversely, there are times that I have an opportunity to go somewhere else, and the client will say to me, "Sarah, can we go someplace where you can eat?" So once you know, then you can get comfortable with it, so nobody's, trying to shove a drink down your throat. So credit to you for just owning it.
We just have a minute or so left, but you have a son and a daughter. Your role as a working mom in your community was so outside the norm. Your mom and your grandmother were not supportive of it until you became CEO, you told me.
Yes, yeah, all of a sudden, my daughter is a CEO. Up until then, why are you working? She's gonna hate it. Thank God she can't live stream.
Do you think that your daughter sees you as a role model, and does she? What are her aspirations, or do you think you've?
I'm really incredibly proud of my daughter. Actually, the reason I didn't bring anything with me, like all that other stuff, is I came here just directly from Israel, where I was visiting my daughter. She's doing a gap year between high school and college, but when she's done with that gap year, she's going to NYU. And she has such tremendous aspirations. She wants to change the face of politics in DC. She was terribly struck by, sorry, I don't mean to get hyper-political, but she was terribly struck by the outcome of the election. She was so idealistic and thinking that things were going to change. And she's a very empowered, observant Jewish woman, and I'm super proud of her.
That's great. Sarah, you have a lot to be proud of. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. Thanks, Lee.
Thanks so much. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. The founder and CEO of Bumble has made matchmaking her business. She was one of the co-founders of Tinder in 2012. After co-founding Tinder, she left and brought a sexual harassment suit against the company. She faced backlash online that made her question what she should do next. She set out to create a woman-only app that could be a place where users could exchange compliments with each other, no negativity or bullying allowed. Her Bumble dating app is 20 million users strong and is well known for its feminist approach to the online courting process. When two heterosexual users are matched, a connection can only be made if the woman makes the first move. The company expanded its reach last year with the launch of Bumble BFF, and last month with Bumble Biz, which aims to make networking as simple as swiping right. Please welcome Whitney Wolfe Hurd with Fortune's Kristen Bellstrom.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Thanks for coming, Whitney.
Thank you for having me.
So as the co-founder of Tinder and now the founder of Bumble, you have probably done more to change the way we date than any woman in America. And I am curious to see how far that influence has made it into this room. So could you guys put your hand up for me if you have ever used a dating app? Come on, don't be shy, I did. Okay, and do we have any Bumble users in the room? Okay, a couple.
So my mom raised her hand.
You have a plant, an audience plant. So for those people who didn't put their hands up, tell us what is different about Bumble.
Sure, so there's no doubt that all of us, whether or not you raised your hand or not, we need connections in our life. And I think each and every woman in this room can relate to the pain points of dating at one point or another, no matter who you dated, be it men, women, otherwise. Dating and relationships are a very profound part of who we are. And it's important that they start in an empowered way. And it's important that they are rooted in good behavior and in kindness and in positive interaction. And it's so frequent that it's not. The way we treat one another can completely impact the course of our lives. And if you have a bad relationship at home,
that bleeds into your work life, that bleeds into your friendships, that bleeds over into your health. And so what we wanted to do with Bumble was to really create a place where we could meet in an empowered way and encourage good, kind, positive behavior and really reconfigure these gender norms that are so broken in our society and have become pervasive in how we connect.
So in a practical way, how does that play out on the app?
Sure. So when a woman and a man connect on Bumble, contrary to most dating norms, walking into a bar or meeting in a coffee shop or what you've ever seen in a Disney movie, women make the first move. And this is counterintuitive to what we've all been raised to believe. We've all been raised to believe that men call the shots, men make the first move. We should not only not go first, but when a man goes first, we should run away. We should play hard to get. And so something really fascinating takes place when you raise an entire world. It's not exclusive to America. It's not exclusive to one age group. But what happens when you introduce a profile into that equation becomes quite scary. So when you encourage men to be macho, aggressive, go after the woman, and you tell the women, don't react, run away, play hard to get, reject them, this leads to aggressive behavior. And this leads to very negative interaction. And so we wanted to really reconfigure that.
Okay. And I want to ask you where that idea came from, the idea of creating an app that would really structurally change the way we engage with each other online. And as Lee talked a little bit about this in the introduction, but you may remember that Whitney sued Tinder for sexual harassment and discrimination. They settled that suit. She can't talk about that. But there was a lot of media coverage around it, including a leak of some very personal text messages, which generated a lot of chatter, some of it pretty vicious, honestly. What was it like to go through that? You were very young also at the time.
So I'm not going to comment on any part of the lawsuit. However, what followed in terms of the reaction from complete strangers to journalists to people that I actually knew through a friend of a friend or a friend, it was extremely invasive. And all of a sudden, overnight, I went from being a 24-year-old girl who was just like any other young professional. Sure, my first real technical job ended up being this incredibly fast-growing, exciting company. But that didn't mean I was setting out to become famous or have a well-known name in any capacity. I was just doing my job and I was working hard. And to go from being a 24-year-old young woman, to this character online, it exposed me to something that I would never realize A, existed, or B, would change the course of my life, in the sense that I was completely attacked digitally. I would open Twitter and I would have anything ranging from death threats to the most aggressive, nasty words, and I took them as gospel. I took them so personally, and I let them completely destroy me. There were days where I refused to get out of bed. I didn't want to go anywhere. I think it was 2 years before I actually went to socialize again. I didn't want to do anything, and this moment kind of occurred in me where I realized, even in this dark moment where I feel worthless, I feel low, I feel that I'm at the end, I was inspired to do something about it. And what I realized was, we're living in this digital moment, this digital age where everything takes place online, but it's negative, it's bad, it's dark. And I wanted to reconfigure it to be bright and kind and compassionate. And so that's when I was going to start an app that was going to be called Mercine. It was going to be a female-only compliment network, social network of just complimentary behavior. And the idea was that compliments are contagious. That's scientifically proven. And instead of spreading nasty behavior and insults, let's spread contagious good behavior. And it was right around that time that my now business partner, he is the founder and CEO of the world's largest dating platform called Badoo. He reached out to me, and I had met him previously the year before, and he said, "What are you going to do?" And I told him my vision, and he said, that's really amazing, but if you want to make a huge impact, do this in dating. And I thought he was crazy. I mean, are you kidding? Why would I ever go back into dating after all this? No way. But he was right, and fundamentally dating was broken. Not even referring to that in a digital capacity, it's inherently broken. And so we kind of sat down and said, okay, well, how can we do something in the vein of Merci, where I'm passionate and it's progressive, but in the dating space? And I had to look at what problem do I want to solve for me, for my friends, for my little sister? And it was that I could never send the first text. I could never message the guy first, ever. I mean, how many of you have agonized over, should I text him? No, you can't. You have to wait 2 days or 3 days or another hour. Should I add another Y to the end of hey or an exclamation point? What's going to happen if I do or don't do that? I mean, come on. We agonize over these things. And I was sick of it. I was sick and tired of it. And there you go. That was the moment that I said, I think I've got it. Women are going to make the first move.
I have another question for Whitney, but I'm going to come to you guys after this, so think about your questions. So that clearly touched a nerve. You've had more than 20 million downloads.
24 million registrations.
Okay.
Sorry.
And you just told me that users spend an average of 90 minutes on the app a day. But now you've decided that you're going to expand that, and you're offering a new service called Bumble Biz, which is a networking service. So why now with Bumble Biz?
That's right. So we are about to approach our 3-year mark. Actually, our amazing head of brand is here. If anyone follows us on Instagram, she's like the voice of Bumble. She's in the front row. Sorry to embarrass you, Alex. And she actually said something really profound on the way out here. She said, we've done 3 verticals in 3 years. And so we launched as a dating app. And a lot of you are probably saying, well, I'm not single, or I would never use a dating app. And that's exactly why we evolved. We then launched a friend-finding vertical, Bumble BFF. And now we've most recently launched Bumble Biz, which is a way for you to network in an empowered way, to make connections without being solicited.
So women still have to be the first
women make the first move on Bumble Biz as well. And just to clarify, Bumble is now the umbrella brand. And in the same app, we have these 3 different verticals. So now Bumble is your ultimate social network for people you don't know yet. This is a place for you to, okay, I have to do a little marketing plug, but build your hive. And so now that is exactly why we did that. And so, kind of our tagline now is career advancements without the unwanted advances.
It's very timely right now. Do we have any questions in the audience? Anyone? Oh, we got one over here.
Hi,
say your name.
Sure. Hi, I'm Melody from Fox.
Okay.
I was really interested in your comment about really hitting a structural issue and some of the practices that you were observing. I wonder how you think about the practice of ghosting now, and that seems like a new behavior that I don't know what led to it, but is it something that you think can be structurally addressed?
So, great question. Had somebody told me a few years ago that I'd spend half my day thinking about ghosting, I would not have known what to tell you. But this is a huge issue, and Bumble was founded with, a few very key purposes, and one of those is accountability and driving online accountability, both on the platform and then being accountable for that behavior offline as well. And so this is a huge focus of ours right now. How can we, through not just marketing, not just branding, not just our interaction with users, kind of in our community, but how can we actually engineer anti-ghosting tactics into our product? And we just had a several-day meeting about ghosting, True Life 2017. And we have a lot of really exciting product features coming up in 2018 that are going to really try to combat that. And it all comes down to one thing, and that is accountability, holding people accountable for their behavior.
I have another question about Bumble Biz, because I downloaded it. I downloaded Bumble to play around with it. And I made sure to tell my husband just casually, like, oh, I downloaded Bumble, but it's for work. So are you worried about putting dating and networking on the same platform is going to make some people uncomfortable?
No, and the way we look at that is, would a bar shut down because it was only there for first dates or if it was there just to accommodate networking. I mean, there's a wedding going on somewhere in this building and we're at a networking event. That's life. Life is about the connections that we have. And why would we drive those even further apart when all of our connections should be rooted in kindness, accountability, respect, empowerment? How can we build all of that under one roof? And we are doing things from a product perspective. Actually, I think in a week from now it becomes live. We can actually hide the dating vertical out of the app, and it will timestamp it. Again, accountability. So I'm married. I'll be able to actually just go ahead and quickly tap a little X. It will hide the dating vertical, and it will say the date that it was hidden. We're holding people accountable not just in the way they treat one another on our platform, but in their own lives with their pre-existing relationships.
We have time for one more question for Whitney if we've got another one, or if not, I have one. Anyone see? Oh, yep.
Hi, did you ever find that people didn't believe in your mission of adding a layer of friction in community building inside your app? I find it's really important to make intentional, meaningful relationships. I was wondering if you had any uphill battles with that.
99% of it was an uphill battle. Very few people early on believed in this mission. It's interesting. 2 of my biggest supporters were men, my business partner and my now husband. And then, of course, my core early team, my family. Outside of that, I was a crazy person, according to the internet, according to most people I went to school with. That's good, and that's healthy. If people are telling you that they don't believe in what you're doing, it means you're doing something out of their comfort zone. And generally, people don't want to be taken out of their comfort zone because it's outside of the status quo. And if you're doing anything disruptive, and if you know it to be good and true and progressive, let the naysayers fuel you to work harder and to go faster and to sleep less. Well, take care of yourself, but you know what I mean. I think that it's actually a really good sign if people are telling you it's not going to work, because it means that it's something new, unique, and interesting.
You have access, I'm sure, to a lot of data. What is one really surprising thing you've learned about how people are dating now?
I have been my life has turned upside down when I've heard how many men say thank you so much. You cannot imagine how many men out there are very shy and they act macho or they put on a front that they're so in control and they're so powerful. Quite frankly, they're just scared because they have spent their entire life being rejected. And again, no excuse for bad behavior. I'm the first to tell you that. But it's really fascinating to see how this makes it better for everyone. This is not just girl power. This is not just putting women in control. This is counterbalancing the gender scale. And if you look at where we've placed men to be, ultra macho, ultra aggressive, and we've told women to be ultra submissive, when you say women make the first move and men can't, it just does this a little bit. And it's been really fascinating to see the results of that.
I'm sure it's a moment of relief for some men who are like, oh, okay, fine, I'm just going to see who reaches out to me.
Yeah, and it's not a laziness factor either. I mean, this is one of those things where it's finally women get to call the shots. And I don't know if any of you ever had a dance in high school where the women asked. It was like a Sadie Hawkins or winter formal. Ours was called something different. But I always remember being in high school and saying to my mom, who's here, I really like this dance because I'm in control and I don't feel insecure and I feel like it's going to be on my own terms tonight. And so we built kind of this digital Sadie Hawkins dance to empower people to feel in control every day, all day.
Okay, one more quick business question before we go. There were reports this summer that you guys got an acquisition offer, $450 million reportedly, and you turned it down. Can you tell us anything about that?
No comment on that.
Okay.
I will say that we are growing very rapidly. We are just getting started.
Well, let me ask you.
That's my only comment.
If the offer, if you got the perfect offer, would you consider selling the company?
Selling or not selling, it's not really the question. I don't go to work every morning for some number in the sky. I go to work for myself at 21 years old, for my little sister, for the future, for my maybe daughter one day if I'm fortunate to have one. I think that any smart and true businesswoman in this room and outside of this room knows that money is not the number one thing. And if you do something that's purposeful and passionate, and you're passionate, you're doing something to actually make the world a better place, the money will follow.
All right. Thank you, Whitney.
Thank you.
It took a massive celebrity scandal to bring mainstream awareness and recognition to what for many has been decades of activism. The Me Too movement highlights the fact that sexual harassment and assault is something that happens to women of all ages, all races, all too frequently. And every hashtag represents a person sharing something deeply personal about themselves. But what happens next? Here to discuss putting an end to sexual harassment and rape culture once and for all, please welcome our panelists with Fortune's Michal Levram.
Are you guys ready to talk about this? Okay, so I want to quickly introduce our panelists. Michelle Dauber is the Frederick I. Richmond Professor of Law and Professor of Sociology at Stanford. Krista Quarles is Chief Executive Officer of OpenTable. Ninian Wang is Head of Engineering for Social at Niantic, just recently sold her company Evertune to the company. And last but not least, Amy Ziering is the filmmaker of Hunting Ground and the Invisible War. You may remember her from the introductions. Both her and Michelle got a rousing round of applause. Thank you guys for being here. So we're all, I'm sure, equally outraged and appalled by the daily headlines of yet another director or investor or executive or politician who has abused their power and victimized those around them. I want to start, though, with a slightly different sector that we haven't been talking about as much, which is college, because this culture starts early. And so we're going to start by showing a trailer from Amy's movie, The Hunting Ground. So let's show the trailer, please.
I got a call from the Dean of Admissions asking if you were to get into Harvard, would you accept? And I said yes, because I knew my mom would kill me if I said anything else.
The first few weeks, I made some of my best friends, but 2 of us were sexually assaulted before classes had even started.
These students went from sexual assault victims to survivors and now activists.
My name is Carolyn Luby.
My name is Alexa Schwartz.
My name is Ari Mostov.
This is a national problem.
I was getting threatened. It was working in their favor to silence me. I was terrified.
I thought if I told them, they would take action, but the only action they took was against me.
We've got a lot further to go.
Okay, so this movie came out in 2015. How many of you think that the process for reporting assaults on college campuses has gotten better? How many of you think it's gotten worse? Amy, what's the verdict?
Well, I'll defer to Michelle on that because she's actually teaching on a campus now. I'm a filmmaker, but I will say, I wanted to just comment on your opening comment about how we're looking at the headlines every day and horrified. Actually, I'm exhilarated. I never honestly thought that in my lifetime I would see headlines naming perpetrators and with people believing survivors. In fact, when I made Hunting Ground and before that Invisible War, and when we released Hunting Ground at Sundance, I remember when our ask, people would say, what's your social action campaign? And ours was pretty simple. It was believe survivors, and that was thought of as audacious. And that's just 2 years ago. So, I think we're at a really, really, really tremendously exciting and new time. It's a cultural revolution. And I implore everyone in the room to take part in that, and we'll talk about that later in every which way. But this is a moment, we must seize it, and we must not turn back from it.
Michelle?
Oh, well, I think that's right. I think we're at an important inflection point in which victims of sexual violence and sexual harassment are protesting
the culture of impunity, particularly for high status perpetrators. And I think that another interesting thing that they're doing is they are essentially launching a social movement that is against the failure, the complete failure of our formal legal institutions to manage this situation appropriately. And so one way that's manifesting is people are taking to the internet. They are looking to create two things. One is to end this culture of impunity and to hold perpetrators accountable, and the other is to protect other women potentially from experiencing the same kinds of abuse and exploitation. The campaign that I mentioned earlier that I'm chairing to recall the judge in the Brock Turner case is an example actually of trying to utilize the process of democratic accountability. Remember, we do live in a democracy, even though maybe last November didn't feel like it, to utilize the processes of democratic accountability in order to hold an elected official. Judge Persky is an elected judge. California elects our Superior Court judges. Hold him accountable for enabling high status perpetrators, and Brock Turner was not the only one.
And explain real quick the case, just summarize for us what happened.
Just to remind you, Brock Turner was a Division I recruited athlete at Stanford. He's a swimmer, and he sexually assaulted a young woman behind a dumpster at a fraternity party.
Who was completely unconscious.
She was completely unconscious and didn't wake up for hours actually after the crime was completed. He was seen by eyewitnesses. He was arrested at the scene. He was convicted by a jury beyond a reasonable doubt of 3 serious felony sex crimes. And Judge Persky sentenced him to probation and gave him a very short sentence in the county jail rather than the 2-year minimum sentence in the state prison that he should have received. And this really, I think, touched off part of what we're seeing right now. Of course, Amy and Kirby's work has been going on for a decade on this subject, but I think this, the letter by the young woman, Emily Doe, went viral on BuzzFeed, the victim of Brock Turner, and I think it has pushed a lot of people forward to seek accountability, again, in ways that are non-traditional. Because our formal legal institutions are not providing accountability the way that they should.
So, and I think social media, I mean, we just heard from Whitney about some of the abuse that goes on there, and we all are familiar with it, but it is such a double-edged sword, right? How can we harness it in a productive way? Obviously, the hashtag #MeToo movement is making huge waves, right? But Ninian, I mean, you went online too, and can you quickly share your story and just give your opinion on how we should all be utilizing social media productively?
Okay, so as context, I was one of the first people to go on the record this summer, about 5 months ago, to expose harassment by a venture capitalist. And I convinced 2 other women to go on the record with me. Back then, it was very hard to get people to go on the record. We were very nervous about it, but by doing the article and then doing a lot of behind the scenes of contacting limited partners of the venture capital fund, within a week we got the resignation of our harasser, as well as the fund of $175 million was canceled, which is the 3rd fund to be canceled in the history of Silicon Valley of 30 years. And the other enablers and partners of that fund also submitted their resignations. So I think that with social media, we have the power to quickly, democratically state what we would like to happen, and we can actually call for action. So if we think that someone is a predator and is continually harassing or sexually assaulting people, we can actually speak up and demand change. And we've seen that in a matter of days, shows can be canceled, people can lose their jobs, and the average sexual predator or harasser has between 6 to 8 victims by the time that they are found. So by removing them from positions of power, we are saving future women. I also would like to say, since it's a room of leaders, please make sure that in your companies you do not use NDAs to cover up harassment. Non-disclosure agreements were made to protect trade secrets and are now being used to silence women. So as you make huge impact at your own companies, please don't use NDAs to silence women.
Krista, you've taken a very strong position in your own company on reaching gender parity, 50-50, across your organization, and have come up with certain other things that you want to implement towards that goal, and towards having an inclusive environment. One of those things is you have a zero tolerance policy for harassment, right? This is kind of, I'm playing devil's advocate here, but I want to ask you and everybody else, is zero tolerance the right way? Because there are skeptics who think that could actually lead some victims and some survivors to not come forward because there is zero tolerance for the perpetrator.
I mean, I think it really starts with culture and what kind of culture you want to create in the companies that you have. And I have said that this is not a woman's issue or a leadership or a man's issue, it's a leadership issue. I mean, if you are in a position of power, you are in a position to make change. And so I recounted, at a Fortune conference this summer, some of the stories of my past. And I think as a woman, sometimes you feel like you got to play the game that's on the field. Like, do what you need to do in terms of just, like I didn't take aggressions to HR. I didn't say these things. It did not feel like a very hospitable environment for me to go do so. But now I'm in a leadership position. And I feel like I have a tremendous, not just opportunity, but it's a duty to change the rules of the game. Because if you're in a company where we talk about it openly, I talked about my pregnancies, my harassment, it's a conversation inside the company. And we want the whole organization to feel like, yeah, this is something that we can talk about. I'd also say that the ambition for our company to get to 50-50 women, we're about 42%, is that when you get to half, a lot of this stuff just falls away. And you don't need all this, back and forth or this support. When you're at 50-50, my executive team is about 50-50, and it's just, the gender issues sort of get stripped away. But we need to push to get there. The Lean In McKinsey study showed it's very super depressing that, every step along the way, women lose ground. And so as a company and as a leader, you're duty bound to make a difference and change the rules of the game.
Can I jump in on that and just say, when I started making The Invisible War, that was like in 2007. I remember
this is about abuse in the military.
This was about rape in the military. And this was before that was, no one knew about it. We actually, broke the story. And I remember calling and doing intakes, what I called intakes with survivors of assault. And what was so interesting was I would say, tell me about your experience in the military. And they'd say, oh, I had a fabulous time at Camp Lejeune, and I was amazing at Pendleton, but, when I got to, fill in the blank, it was awful. And I said, well, how's that possible? Like, what was so great? Like, and why was it awful there? And they said, my commander. They said the commander made all the difference. If I was in a unit where the commander had zero tolerance for sexual harassment, there was not a problem. I mean, it's such a hierarchical organization, and it's so tops down that, everything was completely shut down, and there was no. But, in a different environment with a different type of commander who gave a different kind of message about the culture, the small percentage of men who are predators, and it is predominantly men, and it is just a small percentage who repeat these crimes over and over again, are treated with impunity, and that's where you see the problem. So it really is, I just also want to underline and highlight, you have tremendous power, and the people you're connected to who are leaders in your companies have tremendous power. This is a problem we can solve. Unlike most social ills, there's an answer to it. Punish perpetrators and don't have cultures that give them cover.
Yeah, I think I would just say that every predator had an institution that enabled that predation to continue. And so I think it is about looking at the institutions that surround these people and calling for leadership to break those things down.
Exactly.
Right. And at the sort of limit of that, of course, is our political process, because how you change a failed legal system and create cultures of accountability ultimately is through the democratic process. Women have got to participate in running. They have to participate in donating, and you can donate to our campaign. Women have to participate in the political realm, both as funders, and they have to say, this is what I expect from you, right? I expect you to support laws that are going to hold perpetrators of sexual assault accountable. I'm going to support Kirsten Gillibrand. I'm going to support other elected women who are going to pursue that agenda. There are some very good organizations out there like Women Count that are trying to bring women into the political process, because how you solve what is ultimately a problem of democratic accountability is you get in the game and you insist on that accountability.
And you know, I love that, like, there's a lot of optimism here for how we can affect change. I think my big question, and by the way, I want to turn to you guys for a couple of quick questions in just a second here, but my big question is, there is such a systemic cultural, deep-rooted cultural issue here that has enabled this for decades. And I just want to read real quick, Michelle, you wrote this a little while ago, and just a quick quote from it. As a society, we have to acknowledge that successful sexual assault, successful that is from the perspective of the perpetrator, isn't a one-man job. It needs a crowd of excusers, enablers, and minimizers to ensure that the assault doesn't end badly for the perpetrator, even if the victim complains. We've clearly seen that in the case of Harvey Weinstein. How do we even begin to combat that cultural acceptance and the secrecy of it and the enablement of it? I mean, what are steps that we can all do?
I think that we need to look for tangible results. I like to count resignations of sexual predators. And this summer, we have resulted in 7 resignations of venture capitalists and CEOs.
Do you have a spreadsheet?
Probably. I remember them. I think we should look at the amount of projects or firms that have been canceled or gone under for it. It shouldn't just be about something vague like an apology or 2 weeks in rehab. We need to look at tangible results that hit people's bottom line. When we have resignations and fund closures, then we will make progress.
Right. And I agree with that too, that that's why the campaign that we're running is to remove this elected official from office, because we feel that when he loses his election, that's going to send a really, really powerful message. Nothing sends a message like that guy lost an election over enabling sexual violence.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to say, I think that this bystander effect is something that's super real, but I also don't know that we've taught people how to say, this is what it is, and I don't want to excuse it. So I think it goes back to the conversation of saying, this is how you speak up. This is worth speaking up about. So when we're in a company, we want to make sure that everyone feels like, hey, this is something that I can have a conversation about and reach out. Because it takes, if bystanders came forward, we would not necessarily be in this position, and it wouldn't move to 8 or 9 or 10 victims. It would stop at 1.
And to your point, the Senate is just now introducing mandatory sexual harassment training. Really? So clearly we're not even at the basic steps. Amy?
And to go back to your question about social media and also the point about what can all of us do to change the culture, take a page from the Me Too movement, right? All of this happened because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 thousands of women spoke up. They just said something. That's how our film started. No one was talking in Invisible War. When I would call these women and men in the military, they said, "Why are you calling me? No one's ever asked me my story, and no one would believe me if I told you." And I said, "I believe you, and we're going to tell your story." So, and look where we are now. So it's this power of amplification. The other sidebar I'll say is this New York Times article, which you probably know about Obama's cabinet and administration. Did you all read that? And how the women noticed that they'd say something and, the room would be quiet and then move on, and then suddenly some guy would repeat what they said and they go, "Oh, that was an amazing idea." So the girls all got together and said, next time when Sally speaks up, one of us has to say, "That's amazing what Sally said," and repeat it. And they found that it was amplification. And so, that's all also a very simple thing all of us can do. Someone says this in your company, you talk to them, you believe them, and you amplify their voice, and you stand by them. And we will move mountains if we do that.
And I think that's the power of storytelling. Like when you told your story, you realize, oh my God, I'm not alone. And then another woman tells her story, and then 12 women tell their story, and they tell that to 12 women. And pretty soon it's a political movement. That's why I'm so excited about this collective catharsis that's going on right now, because I feel like something's happening, and it's in the air. And I feel like we're in this point where we're saying, no more.
It is exciting, but we have to take that and turn it into defeating Roy Moore. You know, like, it is exciting, but we have to take that. We live in a democracy, so the language of what happens here, how you hold people accountable, is you vote. So telling stories is important, social media is important. Ultimately, only 20% of women in Congress. Only 20% of Congress is women. Only 20% of the political donations in this country are made by women. If you guys are the leaders, right, the most powerful women, you have to get in the game. You have to get off the sidelines, as Senator Gillibrand says.
Well, I really wanted to go to you guys for questions, and I'm so sorry, but we do need to wrap up in a few seconds. One last very quick thought. Any other tips, takeaways that women in the room today can go and do very quickly in like 20 seconds or less?
If you're not ready to pound on the table, you can also create change just by frowning when someone makes a comment you don't like. We're not all ready to do Me Too to all of our friends. So if someone in your boardroom or at a meeting makes a comment or makes a joke, you can just say, And then that will already have some effect. And then over time, you can ramp up to speaking out and pounding the table.
Okay, I think frowning we can all handle. And thank you guys so much. I wish we had more time. We need to devote hours to this. Thank you. Thank you. See you guys there. Okay, switching gears a little bit. Hailing from the UK, our next guest is known for her collaborations with artists including John Legend, will.i.am, and Kanye West, and is known for her eclectic mix of various musical genres, including R&B, soul, reggae, grime, hip-hop, and dance. In 2009, she won a Grammy for Best Rap Sung Collaboration for American Boy with Kanye West. And more recently, she guest starred in the hit Fox TV show Empire, singing the duet version of her single Conqueror with Jussie Smollett. She's also the voice of Garnet on the Cartoon Network's Steven Universe, a show that has been praised for tackling issues surrounding gender, sex, and identity, and has resonated profoundly with its young audience. She wears many hats and is also at the helm of her retail company, LVI, or V. And inspired by the love story of her own parents, she has just finished a new reggae album, Love Like Ours. Please welcome Estelle with Fortune's Patty Sellers.
Thank you, Michal. Hello, everyone. Welcome, Estelle. Hi. Estelle's Soiree, in case you were wondering. Estelle grew up in West London, the second of 9 children. Yeah. It's a little confusion out there because I read a story that said eight children.
Yeah, it varies. It varies. People just pick a number and roll with it. They kind of can't believe it. That's what it is.
So your mother is from Senegal.
Yes.
Your father is from Grenada. You grew up in a very religious household. Yes. And you were kind of limited in terms of the music you could listen to, weren't you?
Yeah, they pretty much, you know, when I was a very small kid, my parents were like, whatever you want, you know, like reggae music, whatever. Bon Jovi, Wham, Duran Duran, it was cool. And then we got to like 7 or 8, and we started to go to church, like Pentecostal, Kojic, Baptist church. And so my mom was like, no, none of that anymore. And what you're gonna do is everything gospel and change the words if you need to, but it's gonna be gospel. So, I mean, Brandy's song, Best Friend, was out, and we would change the words to Jesus is my best friend, you know, things like that. It was real life, yeah. So I got my ground and I got my musical education from all of that. Yeah.
And you listened to a lot of gospel music, and you kind of snuck in other kind. And what kind of, if you could just indulge, what kind of music were you listening to when you were growing up?
I mean, it would be like the Winans, and then I'd be listening to SWV. It'd be like Jodeci, and then like Kurt Franklin. It'd just be a whole confusion. But it was great. I liked it.
And then what brought you, when did you come to the United States and why?
Oh, wow. Okay, so I came here 2007. 10 years this year. 10 years, because I was embarking on my second record deal. I already had a deal in the UK. We had done so many great things. Done so many great things. And then, you know, I got to a point where they were telling me to move in a direction I didn't believe in. And I said, please let me go. I happened to have had John Legend on my first album in the UK. And he said, I want to help you with the next album, you know? And when I went to the label to tell them this, they said, who? John Legend at this time had won like 3,000 Grammys. You know, it was just such a confusion. I was confused, he was confused. So when I said, okay, so let me go. If you don't get that, I don't want to be here, let me go.
And what direction did they want to take you in?
Well, it was just opposite. My whole career, I started as an independent artist. So I had my own label. I looked up to Jay-Z and Puffy, literally, and, you know, read all the books and whatnot. Got my own distribution deal, did what I had to do to become an artist. When they were telling me that, they didn't understand what I looked like and what I was trying to do. Made my way up in the scene and in the industry in the UK. One on my terms. We had 2 top 20 records. Things like that were unheard of for, you know, a young girl on her own label, pushing her own thing, you know, from the hood. There are hoods in the UK. Okay.
And your first album was 2004, and you were how old when you?
I was 24.
Okay.
But prior to that, we'd had our own things. We'd moved. We'd done so much. I say we. It was me, my manager, and like a press person. And we'd done so much that you know, people really respected it. And I didn't realize what we were putting into space and putting into time and putting into play at the time, but we were putting in sort of a legacy of young women that would come after me and be like, no, I'm gonna do this on my terms and I'm gonna do this the way I wanna do it.
So you felt you were a role model back then?
Not really. I just knew I had a very...
You're talking as if you felt that.
Now. I see it now. I see what was happening. But at the time, I was just very clear about who I wanted to be and what I wanted it to look like, you know? And they didn't get it. Or they got it and then they wanted me to change it completely because they started to see the money behind it and they thought, well, if we add ourselves or our usness to it, well, maybe. And it was like, it didn't work.
So you strike me, Estelle, as someone who has constantly, I sort of have become a little famous for this, for not thinking about your career as a ladder, but thinking about your career as a jungle gym. And always be looking for opportunities, like having great peripheral vision. Yeah. And you have done that. And so you came to the United States, you were in LA, you spotted Kanye West where?
At Roscoe's, because...
At Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in LA.
I like
Never met the man.
Basic.
And what did you do?
Well, I had literally been praying like for a period of months before. I heard his mixtape and I was like, this guy's amazing, but I want to meet John Legend. And I did. I love his voice, it's brilliant. He's still a very good friend, love him to death. And I literally went down, I'd come over to record, invested my own money, and I went from the hotel down the street to Roscoe's, and they happened to just be there. And so I was like, hyperventilated for 3 seconds.
The two of them together.
The two of them eating chicken, just chilling. And I'm me, I walk in like, okay, don't be a groupie. Just, you know, and I walk outside and I was like, please God, if you're there, please God, let Kanye come out so I could say something. I didn't know what the something was gonna be. And I literally turn around and he's walking out on his phone. I was like, thank you, Jesus, okay. Hey, I'm a big fan of you, but look, I wanna meet John Legend. Is he in there? and it just kind of went from there. I think he was kind of like, I looked very tiny. I was half the size I am now. It's a whole thing. I wear big clothes on purpose. But I was this girl, and I was short, and I was this little girl, and he was looking at me like, what? You know, and I think he was more impressed by the goal I had.
Yeah.
You know, and just the audacity of being like, cool, you cool, but where's
And then
John?
you did American Boy with them like a year later.
Exactly.
So you must have had an impact.
Yeah. I think the thing with them and me and John and Kanye and our whole interaction has been respect. because during the whole period of time, I would go out on the road and I would pay for my own tours, and John had me out on the road, and I paid to be out there to make sure that I was seen in the right space, in the right light, you know? And they saw me working. They didn't see me saying, hey, put me on, you know? They were like, she's out here, you know? I would be where I needed to be, turn up, do my thing, do well, be at studio, the first one there, the last one to leave, you know, really put my time in. Because the one thing I never wanted anybody to say was that I got on because I look or because I was trying to, you know, do anything ridiculous, which is flagrant in music. You know?
Right.
So, you know, I put in the work, and it's second nature to me. It doesn't cross my mind to do anything else, you know. So
Who has a question? Among your fans out here. I'll keep asking if there aren't any questions.
Fellow Brit supporting you here, Estelle. Hey, how's it going? Scottish accent, by the way. So what advice would you have to others that want to follow, you know, the creative path, whether it's singing or becoming an artist or anything like that? Like, what are the top 3 tactical things they could do? Let's say they're at high school, that you would say these are the 3 things you must focus on.
First thing, make sure you love it. Go through whatever experiences you have to do to deduce whether you love it or not. Because I think in any industry, you hit that point where it's like, it's not about the money, it's not about whatever, it's about whether I want to stay here and do this for a living, how much it makes me smile. So make sure you love it. Learn everything you can about it from every angle. Before I actually got my deal, I was a runner on for a production company. I worked in a record shop. I was a journalist too. So like I learned how to do music videos as well. So like I learned all the different facets of being an artist. The singing part was like, oh, I got that easy. But all the other things that were to go around it, I learned all of that stuff too. And then 3 is just be smart. You know, look at what's happening, adapt, and be smart. Don't always feel like, man, I have to do this by the 10s and the 12s. You know, sometimes technology and, you know, progress is there for progress. So follow it, use it, you know? Those are the 3.
So, Estelle, you, yes, back here.
Hi, Estelle. Melissa Kilby here. I run Girl Up at UN Foundation. I think you sang at our launch.
I did.
But you were talking about, looking back now, you can see that you were a role model. Was there a point where you realized that? And did that change how you kind of made decisions or took that journey?
Just recently. I live here, so I don't get to go home much and be about. When I go home, I go see my family, and I'm like hoodie down and go back, right? But I got to go home for a few days, and I went and hung out, and it was Fashion Week and whatnot. And I was just in the club because I go where I want. I don't care, you know. And it was like a line of young ladies who were like, holy excuse me. And I was like, what's wrong with you guys? I thought I was a little nervous because I was like, what are they doing? Like, you know, but they was just showing respect and telling me how much they appreciate me standing up and being me in the time, in the past 10 years. And it struck me how quick 10 years has gone. And second of all, it was just like, oh my goodness, like there's a whole new breed. And I'm looking at them on internet, I'm looking at them on socials like, oh, they're so cool, they're so dope, look at London, oh my God. You know, I'm supporting them wherever I go and shouting them out. But it was just a level of respect, and people really looked up to me. And I'm still just weirded out by it, but I see it and I appreciate it.
You know, though, it seems to me, just kind of learning about your career, you've positioned yourself as a role model in some unconventional ways. And one of those ways is, so Estelle is the voice, one of 4 main voices on a very, very popular cartoon called Steven Universe on the Cartoon Network. It's the first show that they've done that is actually created by a woman. Yeah. It's a very LGBTQ friendly, has gotten a lot of praise for its promotion of those themes. And why did you do that?
Well, this is how it happened. I called my people and I was like, look, I want to do a cartoon. I just feel something was just in my spirit. Like, I want to do a cartoon. I want to be the voice on the cartoon. I want to be a voice on the cartoon. And my agent called me and said, look, there's this new cartoon. It's not going to be tons of money. I was like, well, what's it about? And she told me, and I was like, oh, this seems, I could do this. This is the oldest sister taking care of everybody. Oh, it's easy. You know, I get that. I understand that role. And then when I met Rebecca and I read for it, she told me that she got inspiration for the creation of Garnet from one of my videos, which is a song called Freak, which is about women being comfortable and sassy in your bodies. But no, it was, you know, it's one of my more sexual songs. And it freaks me out a little bit. I was like, wait, this is for the children. Don't. But there was literally a character that I had drawn and said to the director, I want her to look like a really like strong woman, and she's kind of teaching, you know, women how to be comfortable. And so she said she had the cartoon, she had the video on repeat, watching it while she was drawing Garnet. So if you look at Garnet with the hair and the glasses, it's kind of taken from that. But to me, it's smart. It's just smart. It doesn't treat children like they're stupid. It doesn't cuddle around facts. It moves along with the way that kids are moving today. You know, it's quick. I love it. I'm
fantastic.
I'm so proud to be a part.
I want to touch on one thing that's coming up, which is you have a new album coming out in April? In April.
Hopefully.
Estelle has a single out from that album called Love Like Ours, which is about your parents. And tell us about that.
So, as a musician, I write for my life. I find it very hard to just sing songs that I don't care about. I'm one of those people. That's what takes me so long. So, starting this album, we started recording records, and the more I spoke to my mom, I speak to my mom and my dad all the time. I'm very close with them. But the more I spoke to her, especially becoming older, I started to kind of see how I was messing up with my love life. American Boy happened. Then I had a record called Thank You, which was a breakup record. And then I had a record called Conqueror. So I kind of deduced that I'm not good at love and things like that. You know, like he came and then he was out and then I found myself again. So I just started to ask my mom, like, why am I so crappy at this? What happened? What did you do? You know? Because I believe it kind of goes back to your parents. I do believe this. Well, she told me her story with my dad in full. I'd heard it in dribs and drabs. And essentially, they met. It was kind of love at first sight. The short version is they broke up 3 years after I was born and my two sisters were born. They stayed apart for the longest period of time, basically due to families and cultural feuding. My mom's from Africa, my dad's from the West Indies, and in the UK it was a very stay with your people type energy back in the early 80s. And people just didn't like that they were in love and together. Nobody from either side had the courage to break out either way. 20 years later, via my youngest sister, the three of us, they found their way back together. And they stayed together for 10 years, because my mom actually got married to somebody else and wasn't happy. And I was kind of like, she said to me the entire period, I was her barometer. I was her, like, I would say to her, you're not happy and we're not gonna stay with you 20 years from now. And I was 19, I remember telling her this. We're not gonna stay with you 20 years from now. When we're all gonna marry, you're gonna have to be with this guy. Do you really wanna be with this guy? We don't like him, we're never coming around. I was mean. I'm a Capricorn, I was very outspoken. I had my things to say. I'm lucky she didn't smack me. But, you know, and that was kind of the catalyst to break. She was like, I realized that I was passing on this mean, this horrible energy to my kids, and I didn't want to do it. But she got back with my dad, and they stayed together for 10 years, and then they got married. In 2013? Yes, 2013.
Fantastic.
And I just remember, I have a lot of threes in my turnarounds. I was like 3, and then 23, and then 33 when they got married. And it's just, to me, it's just like the most amazing love story, and it kind of just informed me on a personal level. So I wrote about that story in the album, and I kind of put it together with that. I just wanted to give them their tribute. You know, parents are super underrated.
And the whole album is a tribute to them?
Yeah, it's a tribute to their story.
And the song, Love Like Ours, is a beautiful song. And I don't know how you got, we don't have time to talk about how you got Denzel Washington to direct it. That's pretty cool. I watched the video and I'm like, directed by Denzel Washington.
Oh,
Watch it. Is there a story there?
It's just the roundup. That's the first song out, and it's the roundup of the story.
Okay, you're gonna sing.
I am.
You're gonna sing for us, so we have to stop talking.
All right.
So thank you. Estelle, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Fantastic.